Ayan, yes, hello.
Oh,
Blessed Saturday mga kaagapay, Sir Jello, Teacher Pao. Hello sa inyong dalawa.
Hello po.
hello, Sir Jambi. Namiss ko si Sir Jello.
Buhay pa po. Ayan.
Kamusta naman po kayong dalawa? Yan, Sir Jello, ikaw. What have
Sige
you
ako
been
muna.
up
Kasi,
to?
medyo nag-umpisa na kasi kami, Miss Pao and Sir Jambi. So, medyo nag-a-adjust ang aking mga sistema sa trabaho. So, alam ko po marami sa atin ang medyo nasa bakasyon. So, kami po ay nag-umpisa na po na aming school year. So, mga namitan namin ng mga bata, yung mga parents. So, start na po ulit kami ng trabaho namin sa Savior. Kaya medyo adjusting, but so adjusting po tayo pero kaya naman. Okay naman po.
Buong
Sir Jambi.
Pilipinas, no? Kayo pinaka-nauna.
No, buong mundo. buong universe. Sila
Next year na no? Oo. Yan. Ikaw, Sir Jambi,
Ayan, ako naman po ay kagagaling lang po namin ni Sir Franco sa aming social media detox.
Wow.
Ayan.
Yun sarap.
At literal po nakagagaling lang dahil siguro mga 2 minutes before we started our stream, dumating na po si Sir Franco. Feeling ko hindi kami pinagkakatiwalaan ni Sir Franco.
Nagmadali ba? Nagmadali?
Ewan natin. Pero it was a much needed break. Ako I've never been a fan of mga outing, mga ganyan. Bahay lang talaga gusto ko. Pero this one, yan, I think everyone in our family needed this. So, happy naman kahit sakit ng sunburn.
Ang sarap ng sunburn, Sir Jambi.
Yun ang masakit na masarap.
Oo, di ba? Kasi rare. Yung mga nandito siguro sa Metro Manila, baka sa mga provinces kaya. Pero I'm sure karamihan sa mga nasa Metro Manila really craving for that sunburn already, no? Kasi natapos na, di ba? Natapos na. Ayan na naman, naglalag na naman ata ako. Sabi ko nga
Hindi lang.
Ayan, kamustahin naman natin ang ating mga viewers. Grabe yung 1 p.m.
Wow, grabe.
Kinakaya.
1 p.m. Ano pa po niyan? Nagsisiesta pa ako niyan. Buti nga nagising ako eh.
Bumabiyahe pa nga ako niyan, pero 1 p.m. meron na pong
nandiyan na si Ma'am. Grabe.
Oo. Ayan, sige, kamustahin po natin sila. Just drop your names and what are you up to now? What are you busy doing? Yan, para naman mabati namin kayo, no? Habang, we're trying to get to the feel of another, di ba? Jam-packed na naman itong webinar.
Saka sana po, di ba, Teacher Pao, sana, sila, their usual active selves in our chat section or comment section kahit wala po si si Sir Franco. Pero kakabalita lang sa akin, may sasali daw sa ating stream maya-maya.
Yes, of course. Napaka-special ng
yung mas malakas kay Sir Franco.
Oo. Alam natin yun, di ba?
Nalala natin siya, yung mas malakas kay Sir Franco.
Yan, di ba? Ayan, sige, simulan natin bumate. No? May mga nakikita na ako dito na nanonood habang nagre-record ng grades. O, di ba?
Watching. Panahon na pala ng grades ngayon.
I think, ayan. Yan, ang dami. Ang dami na nila. Gusto nyo habulin? Mabagal yung net ko kasi. Ayun na naman ako.
Sige. Ako muna siguro. Iyan na natin. Siyempre, batiin natin si Ma'am Dalisay Borja. 1 p.m. pa lang nandito na yan. Hindi pa tayo nagbubukas nandiyan na si Ma'am. So, kailangan shout out talaga natin si Ma'am Dalisay Borja from San Lorenzo Ruiz National High School, SDO Camarines Norte. Also, si Ma'am Liosel Villantes from Cebu City Division, Pardo National High School. Hello rin po kay Ma'am Liwayway Cruz from PUP Santa Mesa, kay Ma'am Marisa Gumabong, okay,
Ayan,
from Sir
private
Alex,
dito.
yes, Sir Alex Alvarez, kay Sir JR Andres, Ma'am Glenda Aloran, and Ma'am Gemma Rivera from Cabanatuan City, Nueva Ecija. Yun.
Wow. Okay, tutuloy ko na, Sir Jello. Binabati rin po natin ng good afternoon. I hope very productive and at the same time relaxing ang inyong weekend. So thank you for watching, Miss Joy Grace Agatep, Rosh Abelia, sana tama po ang pronounce ko, Sir Norman Rafael, Jean Luis Fidel, Sesti Kaimoy, good afternoon daw, Kaagapay, Miss Arlene de la Cruz, and watching from Pama in Dagupan, Pangasinan. Good afternoon, Sir Diosdado Kibir. Hello, hello po sa inyong lahat. Uy, may inuulan ngayon.
Oo nga.
Sir Pao, nahabol mo na ba kami?
Oo. Hulaan ko. Sa San Ildefonso, Bulacan yung maulan.
Ayun.
Galing mo, galing.
Ibang klase, walang ulan dito. Pero bakit yung internet natin struggle is real? Ano ba yan? Okay, si Teacher Karen na yung inuulan sa San Ildefonso, Bulacan. Yan. Si Sir Manny Garcia, always from here. We also like to greet from India. Yes, we're from everywhere. Teacher Saranda Singh Tanwar. And then, from Zamboanga, Sibugay. Alam mo, parang gusto ko tong puntahan parate. Kasi parang very famous itong Zamboanga, Sibugay eh.
Yes.
Teacher Michelle Binong. Yan.
Madalas ko naririnig dati yung Zamboanga Sibugay sa sa Pinoy Henyo. Pagka nagbabanggit
Yung mga pinapahulaan, no?
probinsya, mababanggit palagi yung Zamboanga Sibugay.
Hindi ko rin alam kung nasan yun, 'di ba? Marami pa tayong pwedeng ma-visit dito sa Philippines. Yan.
Oo
So,
naman.
yan. Request lang din namin sa mga teachers, share lang po. I'm very, very sure, no? Even if we're very familiar with Microsoft Word, with Microsoft Excel, with Outlook, there's still a lot more to learn. And that's for sure. Yan. So, share lang po. Comment dan yan para dumami tayo na natututo. Ayan.
Tama ka din, Teacher Pao, it turns out, hindi porke siya na yung ginagamit mo for the longest time, tunay kang familiar doon sa sa application na yon, and the many other things that it can do for you, that can make your life convenient. So, ayan, actually excited ako ngayon. Tagal ko nang gumagamit ng Word, saka ng Excel, saka ng Out. Pero I have a feeling malalaman ko ngayon 10% lang pala yung
Diba?
So, excited here.
Yan, oo. So sige Sir Jambi, ang dami nating babatiin pa, hindi na natin mahabol si chatbox, pero definitely we'll try, no? Bago matuloy yung bumigay yung internet natin. So ayan, Sir Jambi, ano bang aasahan natin today?
Correct. Ayan. Dahil nga po inumpisahan kanina ni Teacher Pao ang pagbabasa ng inyong experience na panonood, 'di ba? Panonood ng ating webinar habang gumagawa ng other school related stuff like checking. Ayan. Doon tayo sa doon tayo sa theme na 'yon, because today in our webinar we would like to be able to help you maximize your productivity. Ayan, featuring Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Outlook and Calendar. Tama ba?
Ayan, oo, correct. So sino bang hindi nakakakilala, 'di ba? Baka nasa taskbar nyo na 'yan. I'm sure, no? Medyo nagamit nyo, no? Before. Ayan. So, ano kayang patikim ang meron? O kaway-kaway naman dyan, sinong gumagamit ng Word, Excel? Yan, sige, comment on the chat box kung ginagamit yung nga ba itong mga to.
Yan, ako gumagamit ako ng Word. Tsaka
Ako, syempre.
O, syempre ako Excel, di ba?
kahit yung mga tinuturo ni Sir Franco, nilalagay ko sa Word tsaka sa Excel. Lagot.
Baka bigla tayo mawala dito.
Oo. Ay,
Ito ng internet dito.
pero kasi ang backstage na kay Sir Jambi. So,
Nasa akin naman. At okay lang yan dahil yun nga, kasama naman natin ang mas malakas.
Yun.
yun. Siya lang
Okay
sa
lang.
alam, diba? Ayan. Sige,
Ayan,
so
dami.
without further ado, no, kasi feeling ko hindi naman natin kailangan pang bonggahan si Word, si Excel because it has helped us, no, through our elementary, high school, college, and work days. Sino bang hindi nakagamit nito sa thesis paper nila? 'Di ba? So, ayan. So, ayan, sisimulan na natin, no? With our first installment for today. Kaya mga churs, ihanda nyo na ang inyong rehydrate please kasi sa amin mainit. Yung iba inuulan. Sa inyo ba mainit?
Mainit din, yes.
Super init.
Diba?
Grabe. Oo.
Init. Ayan. Sige. Doon tayo sa first installment natin, no? And I'm sure this afternoon, again, is a jam-packed session. Ayan. So, our first speaker for today is a graduate, no? Is a licensed professional teacher. She is currently the International Baccalaureate Diploma Program Secretary of Immaculate Conception Academy in San Juan. Okay, she is a graduate of Masters in Education, major in e-learning from Miriam College, Quezon City. At itong malupit, kasi nga, di ba, siya, teacher talaga siya, no? She served as a teacher, a coordinator, a subject area head for more than 11 years, no? Using different technologies such as Cisco, Macromedia, Adobe Suite, na hindi ko alam kung ano yun, Google Suite, Apple iWork applications, and Microsoft Office. O, diba? Yan. Ang pinakamahalaga, Google Certified Educator Level 1 siya. Oo. Pero, soon to be, Microsoft trainer din siya.
Yan.
Kasi mahalaga yun. Mahalaga na alam mo yung
diba?
competitor, pero alam mo yung the other side.
Yes, correct, 'di ba? At hindi lang 'yan, certified Apple teacher din siya. O,
Ay,
diba?
wow.
O, na.
Malupit.
So, kahit anong gadget kaya natin i-work, no? So, hindi na natin patataganin, no? We'd like to invite to the stream Miss Jobel Ann V. Cordero. Hi,
Hello po, Miss Jobel.
Hello, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Miss Jobs. Kamusta naman po sa inyo dyan?
Ay, okay lang naman po. Mainit. And the usual, maingay kasi maraming construction sa paligid.
Okay, so nakikita ko medyo RJBTS pa nitong si Miss Jabel. Kita niyo ba yun?
Kita na nasa background eh.
Correct.
Spotted, diba?
So, Teacher Jobel, ikaw ba ay nakabili na ng meal?
Kasi, ewan ko pwede dito sa stream na to, pero bumili po ako, pero
Bumili.
masarap naman.
Syempre, diba? Ayan. So, good afternoon, Teacher Jobs, no? So, bigyan mo na lang kami ng patikim. Ano bang matututunan pa namin kay Excel? Kasi very familiar na kami kay Excel eh. Ano pa bang di namin nalalaman mo?
Actually, siguro alam nyo naman din yung mga ibibigay ko later, but we often overlook these functions or capabilities of Excel. Siguro, I might refresh your memories on other capabilities of Excel.
Ay, may pag-refresh ng memory si Madam.
Kaya,
Kinakabahan ako sa pag-refresh ng memory.
kakalmahan ko lang po, miss.
Okay, ayan. So sige, at this point, no, Teacher Jambi and Sir Jello, we will now be giving the floor to Miss Jobs, no? And let's explore the world of Excel. Go, Teacher Jobs.
Thank you. So, good afternoon, dear viewers. Hope you are having a great weekend today. Thank you for joining us in this event. To start off, let me give you our own goals for or objectives for this presentation. We call this as our goals to excel. Okay? So we will be looking into the environment of the workbook program. Okay? And then let's try to refresh our memories with the tools and functions and other capabilities of the Excel app that it can offer for us. Okay. Then aside from that, our goal is to explore the functions of the program by recalling all of the basics of Excel. Okay, so I hope you are ready. For us to get grounded with our session today, I would like to request you to take on the poll that I will present later. Okay, then let's find out the vibe of our viewers. Okay, so all you have to prepare is your cell phones or with the cell phone cameras or your devices. So all you have to do is to scan the QR code on your cameras, or you may type okay, the address at swiftpolling.com and enter the code below. Okay, so I'll be getting your vibe on how confident are you in using Excel. So para ma-check natin kung saan ba tayo. Let's have a short self-check on how confident are you in using Excel. Okay, so and kindly scan the QR code on the screen and let's find out your confidence level in using Excel. Okay? So yan. So lahat po ba ay na-access? So sana na-stream natin. Okay. So, wala pa yung respondents ko. Siguro dapat yata i-refresh ko yung aking poll. Ayan, meron na akong 3 votes. Okay, may 3 votes na ako. So, ano natin? Pause lang natin. Ayan. Okay. Okay, may 3 votes na ako. Okay. Okay. Oh, so sa presentation kasi hindi siya nagpapakita, but on my swiftpolling.com, it shows that a lot of you select number 2. I can do this with help. Okay, with 73% or 69% from our viewers. Ayan. So, naglalaban-laban yung percentage between number 3 and number 2. Okay, so thank you for responding. My poll, ayan, 17 respondents na. Okay, so that's good that we have here 6% that they're saying that they are an expert and can teach someone. Okay. So let's get, looks like a lot of us get the hang of Excel, which is a good percentage. Because mostly of our viewers today are teachers, so more or less, meron tayong background on how to use Excel. Okay. So thank you for your responses. Hindi siya nag-anak sa aking presentation, sadly. But we have here number 2, I can do this with help. Okay, actually ako din, I can do this with help. Okay, and Hindi na mahirap, marami kasing capabilities tong Excel, so it's a good thing na meron ka ring meron tumutulong sa'yo na to explore the capabilities or the functions of Excel. Okay, so thank you. Now, let's move on to our presentation. So let's get started with Excel. I hope you are ready. Now, so brief history on Excel. Okay, does anyone knows how old MS Excel is? Okay. Meron kaya nakakaalam? Now, a brief fun fact about Excel that the first version of Excel was released 35 years ago. Imagine Excel is the same age as me. Okay, so this was released in September 30, 1985. So Excel was developed by Microsoft for Windows, Mac OS, Android, and iOS. Okay, so Excel is one of the most used software applications of all time, sabi nga nila. And you can use Excel to enter all sorts of data, perform financial, mathematical, and statistical calculation. This one is your go-to program for all your mathematical problems. Okay? So, para siyang scientific calculator mo. Okay? So, that's why we describe Excel as a powerful program. Aside from it can compute or perform financial, mathematical, or statistical calculation, it allows us to analyze your data and document it. Okay? So, the term powerful program was made possible with the help of what we call the spreadsheet program. Because this spreadsheet program consists of a number of columns and rows where each intersection of a column and a row is a cell. So this program or spreadsheet program allows us to perform those calculations with the help of this spreadsheet program or with the help of columns and rows. So later we'll look into what are these columns and rows that I'm talking about. Okay, so Excel. So if you want to access your Excel, there are two ways. So you will see on my screen or on my presentation, yan, old school. Okay, na paggamit or pag-access natin ng Excel. So there are two ways to access Excel. One is the opening your or using your Windows Startup menu and then open it using or open the installed Excel program. Kasi commonly, people download and buy complete MS Office. Okay? So bumibili tayo niyan. Ita-download tayo and install natin sa mga computer units natin, sa devices. Because Microsoft Office Suite includes all official applications such as Word, PowerPoint, Publisher, Outlook in one complete package. Okay, so that's once you have installed it or download and install it on your devices, you can actually use this process by using the Windows Start menu and then open the install Excel program. Okay, so aside from this step on how to access your Microsoft Excel, another way to access your Excel program is by logging in at office.com. Okay, so office.com will be prompting you to open the Office 365. Okay, so Office 365, a brief background about Office 365, was launched in year 2001. Okay, so Office 365 is a cloud-based subscription model version of Microsoft. Okay, this is a productivity suite of Microsoft Office. Okay, so obviously, Office 365 contains the same core apps as a traditional version of Office. So, meron din siyang Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, and OneNote. Okay, so Office 365 offers those productivity suite. Now, depending on the plan purchase, okay, it may include apps and services, okay, such as Publisher, Planner, OneDrive, Exchange, SharePoint, Access, Skype, Yammer, and NetSuite. So, those are, it depends on the plan purchase yun. So, yun yung mga additional apps and services in Office 365. So, let's look into. So, once I log in at office.com, it will prompt you or it will lead you to the page here of Microsoft. Okay, you may sign in using your Gmail account, Yahoo account, okay, to open or to sign in your Office 365. It's either you sign in at the upper right corner of the screen, or you can click on Welcome to Office, then sign in. So I'll be trying to sign in using this icon on my left side. Okay. So the usual will be logging in, signing in our Gmail account or Yahoo account, okay, or email address, and then it will prompt you to enter your passwords. Okay, then once you click on next, okay, the page for the Office 365 will appear. So this is the preview of your Office 365 environment. Okay, so you have there the app launcher where it will launch all the applications available on your Office 365. So since we will be using Excel, okay, Excel is available also on your screen or on the left side of our screen, or you can launch it using the app launcher. And then once I click on that, it will prompt you, okay, to select on what workbook or templates that you will be using. So, of course, you can select a new blank workbook if you will be doing your file in a Scratch. Or if you don't want to make use of a blank workbook, you can select an additional or a more templates features for Microsoft Excel. Okay, so aside from the blank workbook, yan. So select a template. Now, as I have said earlier, depending on the plan subscription that you have for your Office 365, premium templates will be available. Okay, so if you are under the subscription of the Office 365, you will see the premium templates. So the premium templates include the retirement planner, infographics, health record, or other sorts of planner and monthly budget or customized calendar. Okay. Now, if you don't have premium templates, don't worry. They also offer additional or a standard template. So, hindi naman mawawala yan all kahit hindi ka nakasubscribe. So, meron kang standard templates. So, again, andyan si blank workbook, or if you want to explore other features of Excel, you can take a tour by clicking on Welcome to Excel. Okay. Then the evergreen calendar, they say, the invoice, the chart, tracker, timesheet, list, and other templates for schedule, list, and organizers. Okay. So if you want to explore more, you just click on this icon, Explore All Templates. So those are sample templates that you can use when opening your Microsoft Excel and Office 365. Okay. Now, since we will be working with a blank canvas muna tayo, or a blank workbook tayo, para medyo ma-refresh natin yung minds natin. Lalo na nasabi kanina sa introduction na meron na nagre-record ng grades, na nag-encode na ng grades. So, let's start off with a blank workbook. Okay, so once you click on a blank workbook, it will open a new Excel workbook. Now, so terms lang, this whole file is what we call the Excel workbook. Okay, workbook is another term for your Excel file. Okay, then this is the blank workbook. Okay, create an Excel workbook from scratch. Okay. Now, so after all this signing in and navigating the program, you might be wondering, okay, why we use Excel? Okay, so why use Excel? I have three reasons to that. Okay, so my three reasons on why I need to use or why use Excel is it allows me to organize, calculate, and analyze my data. Okay? So, in working with data, syempre kailangan natin maging organized ng hindi pa kalat-kalat or kung saan-saan lang natin makukuha yung data natin. No? So, Excel allows us to organize our data, specifically the numbers, the formula, and the function. So, pwede natin dito i-collate using Excel. Okay? So, to organize your data in Office 365 Excel or Excel, I'll share with you my Excel presentation or the Excel workbook. So once you open or you select a blank workbook for your Excel file, this will lead you to the blank workbook. So ayan. So the usual na nakikita natin when we open Excel in our devices or our laptop or desktop, ito rin yung nakikita natin sa Office 365 na Excel natin. So, nandyan pa rin ang menu bar, options, okay, the name box, the formula bar, okay, and other features such as columns and the rows. Okay, now, puntahan muna natin yung some portion kung saan added features na meron sa Excel 365, Office 365. So, more or less, meron tayong file down to help. Okay. Another feature na meron tayo sa Office 365 when you subscribe in your Office 365 plan is it allows you to open in desktop app. Okay, so if you don't want to make use of your Excel via your browser, you can open it in desktop. Okay, so yung changes na ginagawa mo on desktop app will also apply on your browser or on your Excel 365. Okay, so once you click on that, magka-appear siya ng bagong Excel workbook sa iyong desktop. Okay, so that's one feature for this 365 plan. Aside from that, is you can control the editing, okay, of your workbook. So, para for added security. Kasi meron na siya rin features na you can collaborate, okay, with your colleagues this file, your workbook. So once you select the editing button, okay, it will give you an option if you want to make changes by clicking on editing or if you want to view the file but make no changes. Okay, so for example, gusto ko lang i-view, yan, para pag halimbawa kung ano man yung mapindot ko, hindi siya masisira o hindi magugulo yung mga files na nandun. So since I'll be presenting later on some functions of this, I'll be still selecting editing so I can make changes. Okay, so aside from the feature of this added security for your document or for your Excel file, meron din kasi siyang collaborative feature. Okay, so Excel allows us to share, okay, your workbook via link. Okay, so by sharing or by clicking the share button, it allows you to send a link to a specific name, a group, or email. Okay, so it allows you to give the link to anyone, okay, and create a message para ma-prompt sila na send ka ng link para sa kanila. And you can just simply click on copy link, then paste mo lang sa GC ninyo, o sa Viber group ninyo para magbuksan nila or ma-access nila yung iyong file. Okay, now, so there are other settings that you can work on when sharing your Excel workbook. So, for example, anyone with the link can edit. But you can change the setting of this one before you share the link. Yan. So other link settings for your Excel workbook is allow editing, you can set expiration date, and you can set a password, or you can set a password. So once you uncheck, once you uncheck, hindi na nila ma-edit yung iyong work file, workbook. But once you click on that, it allows the user or the collaborative person na i-edit ang iyong file. So you can set an expiration date kung kailan lang nila pwedeng ma-access yung workbook mo, or you can set a password. Okay? Para ito ay added feature. Okay? Para kung saan man mapunta yung link na na-share mo, may kamali ka ng share na napagbigyan ng link, you can set a password para ma-secure mo yung link na na-share mo. So once you're done setting up your link, you can click on apply, and then you can type in or enter the name, the group or email na kung kanino mo is-send. Then you can also apply the changes. Ayan, katulad kanina. So if you're going to send your link, okay, it will allow you to edit, or you just view the Excel workbook that you will be sharing. Okay? So for example, I'll be sharing this link to my next account, to other account. Yan. Yan. So I allow my other account to view lang. Okay? Because I can add a message. Okay? And then, you just click send kung okay ka na sa settings. Okay? So it will send a mail, and it will prompt you that the link was sent to your collaborative group. Okay. So that's a example on how you can collaborate your Excel workbook. Okay. Now, as other feature is, since na-share mo na siya, okay, pwede na kayong mag-comment, or kahit ikaw lang naman ay pwede kang mag-comment dito. But comment sections is best used for a collaborative groupings when you share the Excel workbook. So you can click on comments and add a new comment for your file. So you click on that, and you can start a conversation with your collaborative groups. Okay, so for example, hello, meron akong kasama dyan. Or also, you can tag a specific user, okay, or a specific collaborative member on your conversation. You just type in at and the email address. So since share ko siya doon sa isa kong account, I'll tag hello my other account. So just post a comment by clicking on this icon, or you can press Control Enter. Ayan. So there are options. Halimbawa, nag-reply na yung iyong collaborative member. Okay? You can edit your comment, delete thread, or kung na-solve na, yung na-resolve mo na yung thread, or okay na, napag-usapan niya, nakapag-final thoughts na kayo regarding your suggestion or comments, you can click on Resolve Thread. So it will prompt na resolve na ang iyong conversation. Okay? So you may click on Close, or you can just minimize it para hindi masyadong cluttered or crowded yung workspace mo dyan sa Excel. Okay, so those are examples on how you can organize your links, or you can organize your data, or yung inyong mga formulas and functions. So, paano ka mag-enter ng iyong data sa iyong Excel file or sa Excel workbook? This is with the help of the columns and rows. So the columns and rows allows you to enter your data, numbers, formulas, and functions. So we have here, okay, at the bottom of the options bar is the name box. So when you talk about the name box, it shows the active cell, okay, that you are working on. So kung saan ko man mailagay yung cursor ko, okay, it will lead you to the address or the cell address. Okay? So the cell address consists of, sa name box natin is A2. So A, column A, row 2. Okay. So yan, baka nalilito tayo kung anong sinasabi kong columns and rows. Just to give you a review of what is the features of columns and rows, ito. Okay, I have here what we call Gloria in Excel Sheets Deo. Okay, so lagi ko nakikita tong meme na to kapag malapit na magpasko eh. So, bakit ko sinabing Gloria in Excel Sheets Deo? Because my data consists of Gloria, yan, in Excel sheets. Okay, nasa loob siya ng Excel. We call these tabs below as sheets, and I rename my sheets as Deo. So this is my sheets named as Gloria in Excel Sheets Deo. Okay, so yun. So yeah, this is an example of how you can identify what columns or rows are. Okay, so columns are assigned vertically, okay, and rows is assigned horizontally. Okay, so columns are assigned by letters, and rows is assigned by numbers. The intersection between columns and rows is what we call the cell. Okay, so yan. So, kung bibilangin natin lahat na meron tayong columns and rows sa loob ng isang Excel sheet or worksheet, we have 16,384 columns and the rows consist of 1,048,576 rows. Okay, so yan. So, you can enter text, numbers, data, formula, and functions inside your cell. So that's how you can organize your information or your data inside Excel. So, with the help of sheets, kung halimbawa punong-puno na yung laman ng isang sheets mo, you can add sheets by clicking on the plus sign below. Okay, click on the new sheets, and then it will give you another sheet. Okay, named sheet number 5. Okay. Also, if you want to rename, I want to rename sheet number 1. Okay, rename ko. Click on the sheet number 1, right? Rename. And then it will prompt you to rename your sheets. Okay, so Excel 1, lagay natin. Okay, and then they click on OK. So that's how you can organize, okay, the worksheets or the worksheets inside your workbook. Okay? Napakasimple lang, no? Madali lang ilagay natin yung mga data natin din. Kasi madali na lang makita yung mga functions na meron si Excel. Okay. Now, moving on with the reasons on why use Excel is Excel allows us to calculate. Okay, so nabanggit ko kanina, it works as our calculators because it can solve mathematical operations, statistical, financial, etc. Okay, so para tong scientific calculator. Okay, so Excel allows us to do math, add, divide, multiply, and subtract numbers as well as raise to power and find roots. Okay, so yan yung mga functions na meron si Excel on how it can help you calculate your data. Okay, so going into the calculation or how are you going to calculate, usually, kapag mag-encode tayo ng ating mga data, say for example, if you want to perform a sum function or a sum function for your Excel worksheet, usually tatype natin yung formula. Say for example, may data ako dito na i-add ko. Gusto kong i-add yung laman ni cell A1, A2, B1, and C1. Usually, yung mga ginagamit nating formula is yung long method. Kasi kahit ako, ang ginagamit kong formula is yung long method kasi medyo natatakot ako baka magkamali ako ng select. So this one, yung long method na ginagawa is by using the equal sign, okay, to get the sum. Okay, kung gusto ko kasing kunin yung sum ng laman ng tatlong cell from A1, B1, and C1. So I'll be using B equal sign. So you might notice, bakit lagi nagsisimula sa equal sign yung iyong formula? Okay? Bakit kailangan laging start sa equal sign? Kasi as I work on Excel, this is what we call the calculation order. Okay, so the formulas calculate values in a specific order. Okay, so a formula always begins with an equal sign. Okay, so for Excel to distinguish that you are entering a formula, you have to start it with an equal sign. Para ma-distinguish nyo na formula yung gagawin niya. So following the equal signs is the elements to be calculated. So for example, the cell address or the cell reference, the constants, and other operands. Okay, so such as plus, minus, divide, multiply, etc. So with this, okay, we start off with our formula with the equal sign. So equal sign, gusto ko kasing makuha yung sum ng tatlo. So I'll select A1. Okay, since kukunin natin ang sum, I'll be using plus sign, pressing plus sign, and then i-add natin si B1, okay, plus sign ulit, and then add ko si C1. Okay, so by pressing enter, it will give us the sum of these three cells. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 is equals to 6. So that's a long method. Okay, so yan, pwede naman, it works, it works properly naman. Okay, so, but the problem is, what if sobrang daming calculations na or daming mo nang i-add? Okay, marami ka lang laman sa data mo. Okay, diyan papasok yung iyong functions. Okay, the functions in Excel allows you to save time. Okay, it allows you to save time in working in Excel. Okay, so instead of using a lot or a long verbose formula, you can minimize. Okay, magkaroon ka parang simple shortcut, okay, para compute mo yung iyong data. You can use the Excel functions. So we'll start off with the sum function. So the sum function is one of the used function when it comes to computing data on Excel. Okay, sabi na natin kasi para siyang calculator, so madalas siya yung ginagamit. Okay, so this function works to sum a group of numbers in a specific set of cells. Okay, so sabi kanina, you don't need to type a long formula for you to calculate the sum of all the data that you need. Okay, so I'll show you an example on how you can work on the sum function. Okay, I have here an example of sum. Okay, so for example, you are looking into the total sales of the employee. Okay, there's, for example, a set of problem na you need to look into the total sales of a specific employee from January to April. Okay, so we have here, I've prepared a table wherein I could place the formula for the sum. Okay, so yung nabanggit ko kaninang long method, it works also here. Okay, so tatype ko lang yung equal sign, then I'll select the cell address, Okay, and then automatically, okay, it will sum up all the sales from January to April. Okay, now, kung masyado ka ng maraming document or maraming data na available dyan, pwede mong gamitin yung sum function para nga hindi tayo masyado mahirapan. So, to do that, we start off again still with an equal sign. With this, since you will be getting the sum of a group of numbers in a specific cell, you can type or you may type sum. Okay? So notice, sa Excel automatically nagre-recommend na siya ng possible formula or function na pwede mong gamitin for your data. Okay? Sum, and then we enclose it with open parenthesis, and then you select the cell that you want to add up. Okay? So, mabilis, di ba? So, and then you close it with the close parenthesis. To get the sum, you just enter, and you get the sum or the total sales from January to April. Okay? And then after that, you can drag also. Yan. And automatically, it sums up all the sales available on your data or on your table. Okay, now, since popular yung paggamit nitong sum function na to, the newer versions of Excel have a specific button for this function. We call that as the auto sum. Okay, so auto sum simply, okay, automatically sum. Okay, so yeah. And all you have to do is to select the cells that you need to add and then click on the auto sum, and it will give you the sum or the total sales of your data. Okay. So that's the function of the sum. Yan. So mabilis lang, no? Instead, okay naman din kanina yung i-add mo sila pa isa-isa, but since kung masyado ng maraming data, you can use the sum function para mapabilis yung trabaho mo. Okay? It helps you save time na. Okay? So that's it. The sum function. The second function of Excel is what we call the average function. So the average function is an extremely useful tool for getting the average value in a range of cells. Okay, so just like the sum function, it is frequently used in computing and analyzing data on a spreadsheet. Okay, so sabi nga nila, basically, the average function works to find the arithmetic mean. So average function works perfectly fine if you want to get the average of your students' grades. Okay, so to do that, I also have here an example on how you can see the capability of an average function. Okay, yan. So I have here the data of my students, okay, from quarter 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, and I want to get the average grades of these students, okay, by simply getting or typing the function of the average. So again, hindi dapat mawala si equal sign, average, type in the full term average. Again, magbibigay si Excel ng mga recommendations na possible mong gamitin for your function. And then we will be opening it with open parenthesis. And then all you have to do to get the average is to select, okay, to select the cells that you want to get the average. Okay, so automatically, we will be getting the average grades of cells B2 to E2. Okay, then we'll close it with, of course, with a close parenthesis. Okay. Then just click, press enter, and it will automatically give you the average grade of your students from quarter 1 to quarter 4. So, kung okay ka na dyan lahat, you can drag, okay, the average, the formula, the function, okay, para saves time again. Okay, so that's on how you can maximize the use of average functions. Sabi nga, aside from the average function, Excel also has the median and mode function. Okay, so that's another Excel function. Then, let's proceed with the third function. This is one of my favorite Excel functions kasi I basically work on data na kailangan i-summarize pagdating sa dulo pagkatapos i-enter. The third function of Excel is what we call concatenate function. Okay, so I can say that concatenate function is a good time saver when you need to combine data from two or more cells. Okay? Combine data from two or more cells. Ma'am, bakit pwede mo namang gamitin yung merge? Okay, mayroon namang merge dyan, ma'am. Bakit hindi na lang yun ang gamitin mo? I-combine mo yung two data from one or more cell. Okay, actually, pwede kong gawin yon. But nga lang, problema sa merge is it only merges. Okay? For example, yung merge ko tong quarter, student quarter 1. I-merge niya lahat and it will prompt you na sasabihin, merging cells only keeps the upper left value and discards other values. So, mawawala yung mga elements or yung mga data na nilagay ko doon sa other cells. So, parang parang hindi naman yun ang gusto ko mangyari. Ang gusto ko mangyari is it will show you a summary ng mga in-enter kong data sa loob ng cell. So, I will have to cancel it. So, yan. So, concatenate allows you to physically merge two or more cells into a single cell. Combine the contents of the combined cells. Okay. Concatenate. Now, this is a latest version of Excel. So, concatenate is also known as concat. Okay? So, I have here a sample. Pre-made na kasi ako. Yan. So, I have here an example of a concatenated data. So, sa dulo ng data ko, gusto ko makita yung summary ng aking data. Para automatically naka-isang sentence na lang siya. Okay? So, example, gusto ko makita yung item number sold by the specific employees. Gusto ko makita yung item number na sold ni June. Okay? So, to do that, I'll make use of the concat function. Concat function. So, again, we'll start off with the equal sign and then concat. Ayan. So, description niya dito is concatenates a list or range of text strings. Okay? So, then we'll start off, we'll open it, we'll replace it with open parenthesis, and it will ask you yung text 1. Ano yung una mong ilalagay? So, gusto ko kasing makita yung summary ng item nga na na-sold ng employee. So, for example, item number 103. Okay? Then, I'll separate it with the semicolon and then the notes na na-sold niya. And then, close parenthesis, and then enter. Ayan. So, isinamarize niya, kinombine niya yung dalawang text na nasa loob ng cells. Okay? So, mas okay siya tignan kaysa magkahiwala and you don't have to type in. Say, for example, isa-isa ko, 12 sold. Ayan. Parang masyadong tedious naman yun. So, you can use concat. Okay? Ma'am, kaso lang, hindi naman siya parang sentence type yung itsura niya kasi magkadikit. Okay? So, pwede ka naman mag-add ng other characters for that. So, you can add text also, okay, and space for that. So, para iayusin natin, okay, para magkaroon siya ng parang isang summary talaga, you can use again concat. Then, open parenthesis, and gusto ko kasi makita yung summary. So, I'll enclose it with a quotation mark kapag maglalagay ako ng text. So, item number number, okay, and close it with a quotation marks, and then idudugtong natin yung item number na meron tayo by adding the semicolon. So if you want to add a space para hindi sila dikit-dikit sa loob ng sentence mo, okay, open quotation marks ulit, then space, then quotation mark, okay, so, and then semicolon, then pwede na natin ilagay yung item number na nasa cell natin. It's E2. Then, semicolon, and then since it's dudugtong natin yung laman ng nasa notes, okay, we'll have to add a space para hindi sila dumikit. So again, quotation, space, and then quotation ulit, semicolon, and then we'll add the cell address para dun sa notes. Okay. So once we're done, you close it with the close parenthesis and then enter. Okay. So that's how you can merge the items inside from one cell to another. Okay, so parang isang buong sentence na siya. Hindi mo na kailangan i-type pa sila isa-isa. So concatenate allows you to combine the contents of the combined cells. Okay? Kasi yun nga, kanina sa merge, it will just merge the contents na nasa unahan. Okay? But this one allows you to concatenate your data. Okay? So with that, pwede mo nang kopyahin yan. Ayan. So Julie, item sold, 103 sold. Item number 103 sold. Okay? So that's the concatenate function. Okay, madali lang, di ba? Okay. Then, the fourth function of Excel function is sabi nga nila, the most often overlooked powerful function. Okay. So, sa dami ng function ng Excel, medyo na-overlook itong function na to. So, I would like to present the Vlookup function. Okay. So, the Vlookup function allows us, if you want to get a specific data from a large table. Okay. Kung madami ka ng data, nahirapan ka nang tumingin doon sa table mo kasi dami ng numbers, formulas, functions, and nandyan, you can make use of Vlookup. Okay, so, kasi ang sabi nila, when you use Vlookup, it works as your workbook's search engine. Okay, so pwede may search engine ka within your workbook. Okay, so paano ba ginagawa to or ginagamit? You can also use Vlookup to search the names, phone number, specific data on your sheets. Okay. Now, paano natin gagamitin yung Vlookup na yun? By the way, Vlookup stands for vertical lookup. Okay, so it looks for your data vertically. There are other functions like HLOOKUP, horizontal naman, and meron din meron din bago XLOOKUP, which is a higher graded version of the lookup function in Excel. So, dito muna tayo sa Vlookup kasi baka magtampo siya kasi lagi natin siya no-overlook. Magtampo siya, hindi na siya magpakita sa atin. Okay? So, I'll get my Vlookup chart. Okay. Now, here, I have here my cheat code or cheat picture for the Vlookup kasi sometimes medyo mahirap pa kabisaduhin. So, dami ng function niya eh. But it works well on this type of data. So, for example, I have here a number of students, okay, with their ID numbers, their name, okay, their section, okay, their grade level. Now, for example, sabi ko nga kanina, we can make use of Vlookup as our search engine. Yan. So, for example, the ID number lang alam mo doon sa estudyante. So, ma'am, ID number lang po ang alam ko doon sa estudyante ko eh. So, pwede ko po bang makita kung ano yung pangalan, kung sino nagmamay-ari ng ID number na yon. So, you can look into this example na gumawa ko ng table, okay, to search kung sino yung may-ari ng ID number na yan. So, I entered the ID number 30. Okay? So, kung papalitan ko yan, I will make use of ID number 24. And once I press enter, magbibigay siya ng other searches. Just like, kung sino yung name, sino may ID number 24, si Cookie. Nasa section passing siya under, under years, dapat grade level to. Grade level. So, grade level 10 siya. So, yan. So, you don't have to look into the list of your data on the left side of your screen. So, hindi mo na kailangan hanapin yan. Pero kung if you want to double check kung tama bang si Cookie ang may-ari ng ID number 24, pwede mo siyang tignan dito. Sino ba yung number 24? Ayun, si Cookie. Ayan. Si Cookie is under the section of passive and grade level na ay 10. Okay. So, yan ang example. So, how are you going to work on Vlookup? So, yan nga. Meron akong sheet dyan. So, Vlookup, okay, allows you to get a specific data on your sheets. So, burahin muna natin itong mga example natin para magkaroon tayo ng example. So, we'll be using Vlookup. Ito yung contents ng Vlookup formula natin, Vlookup function. So, again, we'll start off with the equal sign. And then you type in Vlookup, open parentheses. Ayan. So, it will give you portions. Kung ano yung mga dapat mong ilagay. Okay? It will guide you kung ano yung mga dapat mong ilagay. So, first, you need to get the lookup value. When you talk about the lookup value, it tells you or it is asking you on what you are looking for. So, I am looking for the ID number. Kasi ID number lang ang alam ko. So, ID number from my small table here is located in cell G1. Or you can simply select the table or the cell. Okay? So, I am looking for the ID number. So, select ko yung cell address ng ID number. Okay? Then, after that, okay, I'll separate it with the semicolon. It will ask you the table array. The table array is where are you looking that data? Saan po hahanapin yung data na yon? So, since yung data mo ay nandito lang sa tabi mo, you have to select the portions of your table here at the left side, okay, as your table array. So, i-highlight mo, yan. I-highlight mo ang iyong table. Okay. That will be your table array. Ibig sabihin kung saan siya kukuha, kung saan niya makukuha yung ID number na hinahanap mo. So, you have to select the contents of that data. And then, separate it with semicolon. Okay, semicolon. And then, the third part of your Vlookup function is, it will ask you, what do you want to return? Okay, so, ano yung gusto mong ibalik niya? Okay, since you are looking the name of the student, okay, nahanap mo kasi yung pangalan kung sino may-ari ng ID number na yun, okay, it will, you should place the column index number of the item of what do you want to return. So, saan ko makikita yung name na yon? So, the column index number, ito yon, yung may letters A, B, C, D, that's the column index number. But since number ang hinihingi niya, you have to count kung pang ilan siya doon sa table mo. So, this one counts as 1, first column, second, third, and fourth. Okay? So, you can type in, since hahanapin mo yung pangalan, si name ay nasa column number 2. Okay? So, you type in number 2. And then, lastly, okay, semicolon ulit. And lastly, para ma-identify ni Excel kung precise ba or yung exact, para ma-identify nila kung exact match ba ng value ang hahanapin niya, you have to indicate if that is false or true. Okay, no. So, anong difference ng false or true para sa range, para sa iyong range lookup? Okay, the difference between false and true is false means that VLOOKUP is looking for an exact match value. Okay, exact match for the value. Okay, so, for example, pag tinype ko yung pangalan ay yung ID number na 24, magbibigay siya automatically ng exact match kung sino yung nandun sa 24 na yon or ID number na yon. But if you're going to make use of true, okay, it means that a close match will be returned. Kumbaga, approximate lang. Approximate lang. So, kung merong siya makitang 24 sa ibang part ng table, bibigyan ka niya ng ganong approximate or ganong search or ganong output. Okay, so, since we need to get the exact match of the value that we are looking for in the ID number, so we have to type in false. And then close it with the parentheses, close parentheses. So after this, that's good to go. And then you click OK. So, sabi nga, tama ba na pag tinype ko si ID number 24, si Cookie ang lalabas? Tama naman, si Cookie. Yan. Okay? Now, I need to get the section of Cookie. Okay? So, to get the section of Cookie, you can also type in the VLOOKUP function. Magkakaiba lang tayo sa part na to dun sa bandang column index number. Kasi yung column index number ng section na hinahanap mo is nasa pang-ilan? Pang number 3 o pangatlo. So, same process. Ang gagawin natin is VLOOKUP, open parentheses. What are you looking for? I am looking for the ID number. Okay? And then, where are you looking or where am I looking? I'll select the table that I have. Okay? What do you want to return? Okay? Ang gusto ko i-return is yung section. Okay? So, our section portion is at the third column. Okay, 1, 2, 3, third column. So I'll type in 3, and then, of course, we need to get the precise or the exact match for the value. Then false. False. And then close parentheses. Okay, and then enter. So, Cookie is under the section of passive. And the grade level, of course, again, you can type in VLOOKUP. Okay, what are you looking for? I'm looking for the ID number. Okay. And then where are you looking? Select the table. And then, what they want to return is the grade level. So, pang-apat siya. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pang-apat, the grade level. So, separate it with semicolon. Number 4. And then, of course, the precise or the exact match of the value. You have to place it twice. And then, enter. So, Cookies under the ID number 24 with section of passive and then. So, you might want to try out other. So, for example, ID number 78. So, sino siya? O, si Chan. Nasa passive, section passive siya. Magkaklase sila ni Cookie. So, other than that, 90. Yan, si Han ay nasa section San Juan, grade level niya ay 9. Okay, so that is how VLOOKUP works. Okay, amazing, right? Mabilis ka lang makakahanap ng data. Okay. Hindi ko lang alam kung true love ay pwede mong mahanap dito sa VLOOKUP. Pero sana may function siya ganun. Okay, so, kaya pa kaya? Kaya pa ba? Okay, so yan, those are some functions of Excel. Okay, so the Excel functions consist of sum, average, concatenate, and VLOOKUP. Marami pa yan. Okay, so ito lang yung mga madalas magamit or pwedeng gamitin when you work on Excel. Lalo na sa mga nagagawa yun nga, nagre-record na ng grades ngayon, you may want to try it out. Okay? to have mas mabilis ang iyong paggawa ng iyong grades or paggawa ng iyong mga records. Okay? So, moving on, we have here last two na lang. Pwede tayo makahinga. Okay? So, last two function or the capabilities of Excel is it allows you to analyze your data. So, aside from calculating and organizing your data, Excel allows you to analyze your data. Okay? So, once you, if you're going to analyze your data, meron naman tayong options to that. To do that, meron akong two samples lang for now. So, for data analysis, you can make use of charts or pivot tables. Okay? So, it analyzes if you want to analyze your data, you can create different types of charts, including line and column charts or add a miniature graphs. Okay? So, parang meron kang visual representation or presentation ng iyong mga data. Kasi makakasawa naman na yung puro text, number lang yung nakikita mo. You can make use of visual representation of your data by using the chart. Okay, so I'll show you an example on how you are going, or you can create your own chart for this one. Okay, ulit ko lang yung sample ko. Ay, ulit. Ayan. Okay, so I have here my data. Okay, so para makita mo yung progress ng iyong data or yung visual presentation nga ng iyong data, okay, you can make use of the charts. So, you can select or kindly select insert. Okay. Sa insert, meron kang options. Either you can make use of the recommended charts or the charts available here. Okay, insert chart. Okay, column, line, pie, bar, area, and scatter, other, etc. Okay, so yeah. So, gusto ko kasi makita on my table yung progress ng sales ng mga employees. Okay? So, to do that, I need to select the employee's name, okay, and the sales, kasi gusto ko makita yung progress ng sales nila from January to April. Okay? I have to select them only. And then, pwede na ako pumili kung anong chart ang gusto kong gamitin. So, katulad ng ginamit ko kanina, line with markers. Okay, so the line with markers display trend over time, dates, or years, or order categories. It is useful when there are only a few data points. So, few data points lang naman, you can make use of this one, line with markers. Oops. Yeah. Okay, so line with markers. Ayan. So, monthly sales, I have, nare-name ko siya. Tapang ko lang sana. Yan. So, rename ko siya. Pwede ko siyang i-rename by double-clicking on that. So, lalabas yung options mo for your chart. You can format the chart title. Okay, you can change the legends, the axis, the series on your January sales. Okay, okay. January, February, March sales and papers. You can see the trend ng mga sales ng iyong employees or you or your students. Okay? So mga grades, kung mataas ba or bumababa yung kanyang grades all from first quarter to fourth quarter or kung meron ba siya progress pagdating doon sa grades niya or sa mga quizzes niya, etc. So that's an example on how you can visually represent your data by using the chart. Okay, so yeah, you can change the size of your chart. Okay, and lastly, you can make use to analyze your data, the function as what we call again, sa na naman, as a powerful feature. Lahat na lang powerful kay Excel kasi ito naman powerful siya. Okay? So, we can name it as the pivot tables. So, the pivot table allows you to extract the significance from a large, detailed data set. Okay? So, kung masyado ng marami, again, data, okay, Okay, pivot tables allows you to see, okay, extract, okay, the data or the records that you have inside your workbook. Okay, so I have here an example of pivot table, and then say for example I have here the products, okay, the category, the amount of each country. Okay, so I have here also the order ID. Okay, so to use the pivot table, okay, just simply click on insert, and then meron ka ng pivot table options dyan. So once you click on that icon, pivot table will show you an options. Okay, meron ka ng step-by-step procedure on how to make use of pivot table. Pivot table na with the source. For example, magtatanong siya about the source, ano yung pagkukuhanan niya. Pagkukuhanan niya ng pivot table. So, yan. So, manggagaling yung pivot table mo from table A1 to E41. Okay, so you just click on that icon and you just have to click on that. So, submit. So, yan ang kukunin yung table. And then, if you're going to create your own pivot table, it will prompt you if you're going to add a new sheet or if you will be placing your pivot table on an existing sheet. So, para makita lang natin yung function ng pivot table, we will be selecting existing sheet. So, I have selected kasi G1 as my the placement of my pivot table. So, I have to click on insert. Okay. Then, the pivot table will prompt you kung ano yung mga dapat mo or gusto mong makita. So, I say, for example, I want to see or I want to filter the countries. Ayan. So, i-filter yung country and then I'll drag it on the filter portion. And then, I want to see the products and then the amount. Ayan. Automatically, pwede mo siyang i-drag kung saan mo siya gusto. Ayan, product. And rows, so for the meantime, nilagay natin sa rows, and the values or the sum of the amount. Okay? So, ngayon, ang nakalagay kasi sa pivot table natin is nakaselect all. Nakaselect all yung ating country. So, if I will be filtering the countries, say for example, Australia and Canada lang, it will show you, okay, the products that they are offering and the total amount of the products that they have. Okay? So, Australia and Canada has a product of apple, banana, and broccoli with the sum of the amount of this one. Okay? So, that's how pivot table works. Okay? So, it gives a significance from a large or detailed data set. Okay, so those are example on how one of the example of your data analysis in Microsoft Excel. Okay, so those are functions of Excel, and overtime na yata ako. Okay, so I want you to make use of the code earlier. Okay, so we have here the code to scan and give your own perception on how we can make use of Excel. Okay, and how we can make use of Excel in our daily lives. Ang mga pinagsasabi ko, mahalaga ba ito sa buhay natin? Okay. So, yeah, I have activated the poll. I hope it works na makita ninyo. Ayan. So, ano nga ba yung uses ng Excel in your daily lives? Sige, dito ko na makikita ko sa aking sariling poll. Sana may lumabas. Okay, so just give us your idea on how you can make use of Excel. So I hope that this portion or this session I have given you a short brief or a brief review on how Excel works. Because for final words, I'll give you that Microsoft Excel is one of the greatest, most powerful, and most important software applications of all time. Excel is powerful. Excel is the best. Okay? So, with that, okay, para lang i-connect ko siya sa susunod nating speaker. I saw this tweet from one of the Twitter user na, I may not always Microsoft Excel, but I am Microsoft, trying my best. Okay, so nag-reply si Microsoft that this is a great Microsoft outlook in life. Okay, with that, thank you for viewing and thank you for participating with this session. Thank you.
Kamit yata, Miss Pao.
Ano masasabi mo, Sir Jello?
Grabe. Parang naaninagan ko o naramdaman ko ng presensya ni Sir Franco sa mga hugot ni Ma'am. Pero na-move ako dun sa sa Vlookup kasi minsan sa sobrang laki ng data, gusto nating hanapin kung ano nung gusto talaga nating hanapin. So, malay mo, Miss Pao, sa datang hinahanap
Doon
natin,
pala?
mahanap mo na. Oo. Vlookup lang pala ang
pala.
kailangan.
Yun na pala ang kasagutan. Excel pala ang dawa na
Excel,
tunay. Ayan, okay. So, Sir Jambi, ikaw, anong masasabi mo naman dyan? Grabe.
Na-excite ako sa sa Concat. First time ko lang na yun first time ko lang yun na-experience yung Concat. Tapos na-excite ako kasi baka makahanap ako ng opportunity na, ay, alam ko yung gagamitin ko dyan. Concat yung gagamitin ko.
Exactly. Correct, no? So, actually, Miss Jobel, may mga tanong dyan. Later siguro ipapark ka namin para ma-view mo yung mga questions nila, no? Kasi gusto ata nila yung baliktad naman. So, kung si Sir Jambi na-excite sa Concat na pagsasamahin, ito naman gusto paghiwalayin. So, gusto naman niya paghiwalayin, nasa isang data set, no? Tapos, paghihiwalayin.
Research ko bigla yun. Alam ko may research ko bigla.
Exactly. Oo, meron yun meron yung meron yung opposite, 'di ba? Ayan. So, all right. So, thank you so much, Miss Jobel, no? I'm sure our teachers are still digesting everything, lalo na't Excel to, no? Excel, feeling nila mahirap, numbers, pero no. Okay. Padadaliin ito talaga ang buhay mo. Ayan. So, thank you, Miss Jobel. Papark ka lang namin and we'll see you later. Thank you. Alright. Ayan na. O, diba, in-intro ni Miss Jobel yung susunod.
Oo, galing.
Very
Diba? In-intro niya na Husay talaga no? Excellent.
Excellent.
Excellent. Ayan. Sige, Sir Jello. Para dire-diretso, no? Stretch din tayo, mga teachers. Yan, habang pine-present ni Sir Jello ang ating susunod na speaker.
Okay. So, ang ating next speaker po is a Microsoft Education Ambassador, a Microsoft Innovative Educator Expert, a Certified Google Educator Level 1, and Adobe Creative Educator Level 1. So, sobrang bigatin tong ating next speaker. So, we would like to welcome si Sir Michael Montuya.
Ayan.
Hello, sir. Hello, mga teachers. Kumusta, naririnig na ba ako?
Yes,
sir. We can hear you po.
Okay, so magandang hapon po sa inyo. So natutuwa ako sa inyo at napakagaling yung mga host.
Oh, wow.
yung nakita ko kanina, sabi nila, feeling daw nila nasa radyo sila. O talagang totoo naman, para silang nasa radyo. Kahit ako nakikinig, ay willing-willing ako sa pakikinig sa inyo.
Ayan, maraming salamat.
Salamat po.
Ayan. Sir Jambi, Sir Jello, and Sir Michael, no, bago tayo mag-proceed, meron tayong special guest. Yung sinabi natin, di ba, nagpapasok siya. Ayan. Sige, tuloy nyo kasi naglalag na naman ako Ayan, tuloy nyo na. Yung saka, mas malakas kay Sir Franco.
Are you there? Ayan. Naka-cam off pa kasi siya at the moment.
Ayun. Yun, no?
Yun.
Yun ang malakas.
Boss.
Yun, no? Ayan. Syempre, nandiyan ang ating expert guest na on the background, pero saka lang. Ma'am Jinky lang saka lang. Ayan. So, nandyan din siya with us today sa ating YouTube ko. So, kung meron tayong questions, you can also post it there and we'll try to run through, no? Kasi syempre, million functions ang meron kay Excel. Nakita nyo naman yung rows and columns nga, di ba? So, yan. So, just put it there, your questions, so that Miss Jinky and the rest of the team can continue responding to your questions. Ayan. Sir
Ayan.
Michael.
Ayan, Sir Michael, meanwhile, pwede mo ba kaming bigyan ng siguro mga 20 seconds na patikim? What can our viewers look forward to sa iyong i-share sa amin in the next 30 minutes or so?
So far, actually, sir, napaka-common sa atin ang pagsasend natin mga email pero hindi natin alam. Mas Microsoft Outlook ay meron pa rin kakaibang taglay na kung saan ay talagang maibibigay niya sa atin na hindi na natin kailangan pang kumuha or pumunta sa desktop natin para makapag-send tayo ng ating mga files. Hindi na natin kailangan pang i-download and then i-upload natin or i-send natin yung ating mga files gamit ang ibang drive. So, pwede nating i-mix ang Microsoft Outlook doon sa ibang drive na ginagamit natin. So, yun ang pinaka-ano ko natin.
Ayan.
Exciting.
Exciting.
Ayan. So, mukhang ang ready ko lang sa hapon na to, pinuno na kagad ni Miss Jabel eh. So, mag-overflow yung aking information ngayong hapon, pero just the same, very, very excited. Sige, Sir Michael, hindi na namin patatagalin ang pag-aantay ng marami nating mga viewers sa iyong portion. Do take the floor, sir.
Okay, so bago dyan, tingin muna tayo ng kanilang ano ba, why use ang Microsoft Outlook? Sino ba ang nakakaalam o bakit kailangan nating gamitin ang Microsoft Outlook? So sa inyong mga cellphone, sa inyong mga gadget, pwede nyo i-text bisitahin ang menti.com and use the code 18638277. Tingnan natin, siguro mga 1 minute lang. Okay, sa inyong mga cellphone po. Cellphone, gadget, so www.menti.com and use the code 18638277. Okay, wala pang nagpo-post ng kanilang sagot. Okay. So yung code po na yan ay tingnan lang po natin, tandaan po natin, and during that time ay pwede po natin balikan yan para tuloy-tuloy po tayo. Mamaya, after the discussion, ay babalikan po natin yung ating mentee para at least ay malaman natin paano ba talaga natin ginagamit ang Microsoft Outlook. So may nagsabi na ditong collaborate, communicate, and we have also email. So papunta na po tayo sa Microsoft Outlook. Okay, babalikan po natin yan. Okay, so first we need to open our Outlook email. Pwede tayong pumunta sa office.com or pwede tayong pumunta diretso sa Outlook. So, diretso na tayo sa outlook.com. Okay. And then sign in po natin. Okay, yan. Okay. Pag sign in po natin, makikita na po kagad natin, meron tayong tatlong column dito. The first one, we have the inbox. Dito sa itong mga column na ito, yung mga menu niya. So inbox, we have the sent items, we have the draft, deleted items, we have the folder, and also we have the others. Itong mga nasa taas na ito, mga favorite folders natin ito. Dito naman sa side na ito, sa itong area na to, yung makikita niyo, nagbiblink na yan. So ito naman yung area na kung saan makikita natin yung parang preview ng ating email. And the last one, kapag pinag-click natin, makikita natin yung email natin dito. So ito yung email sa akin kanina. Kaya nga lang pagbubukas ko ay naka-blank pa rin yung sa JTPP natin. Okay. So Ngayon, kung titingnan po natin yung mga function niya, what are the different functions? Ano? Since alam ko na marunong kayo mag-send ng email using the different email platform, so dito sa MS Outlook natin, ay pwede natin siyang mabuksan pwede tayo mag-ano ng inbox at mag-send tayo ng documents natin. Paano tayo mag-send ng documents natin? Kadalasan, ang ginagawa natin, kung pupunta tayo sa ating computer, browse natin sa computer, and then saka tayo mag-open. So, nandyan, papasok siya dyan. And then, o kaya naman, ang ginagawa natin ay nagbrowse tayo using the upload and share. Yan. Or, ang maganda dito sa ating Microsoft Outlook, pwede tayong mag-send ng file natin, yung latest files na ginawa natin. For example, ginawa ko itong latest files na ito, itong graduation 2001, pwede ko na siyang ilagay kagad dito. So hindi ko na kailangan pag maghanap, may report na pinapagawa sa inyo. Since may report na pinapagawa sa inyo, yung pinaka-recent document na ginawa ninyo, yun ang lalabas dito sa recent files na ito, dito sa suggested attachment natin. And the good with with this sending files, pwede tayong mag-browse using the cloud location natin. Ano yung cloud location natin? So we can use our we can use our OneDrive kasi si OneDrive sa Microsoft siya eh. And then we can use also our Google Drive. Ito kagandahan dito, magagamit natin si Google Drive. Okay? So, kapag pinagagamit natin si Google Drive, i-click lang natin ito, and then click natin ang next, and then papasok siya doon sa ating email. Mamimili tayo ngayon, share as a Google Drive link or share as a copy or attach as a copy. So, click natin yung share as a Google Drive. So, papasok ngayon dito yung, asan na yun? Nawala. Papasok na dito yung documents natin for the Google. No? Nawala siya. Okay. Ulitin natin. Okay. So sa cloud, and then we have the, nasa Google Drive tayo, and then click natin yung next. So at sa copy natin. Wow, nawawala siya. Wait, refresh natin. Gamit tayo ng ibang email. Yung isa. Kaya, gamit po ako ng ibang email. Yung aking regional email. So doon sa Microsoft account po natin, meron po tayong tinatawag na tenancy. Yung tenancy po natin, kung anong region po tayo, doon po tayo nabibilang sa group na yon. So ako po ay nasa region 5, therefore ito ay R5-1, and then meron din po tayong R5-2. Okay, gawin ulit natin po. Click ko po yung new message. And then, cloud location po natin, Google Drive. And for example, dito is sa paaralan sa radyo. Maghanap tayo ng documents na medyo magaan-gaan. Okay, sabihin natin ito. Yan, click natin yung next. Share as a Google Drive link. So, yun, papasok po siya dito. Yun, hindi nawala. Okay. So, yun po. And then, isesend na lang po natin yan. Saan natin sesend? Send ko sa isa kong account. Okay. So, subject ay PBB. Yan. Ang hinihintay ng lahat, PBB. And then, click ko yung send. So, yun po. And then, kapag binuksan ko po yung isa kong email, mapapasok na dun yung documents na yun. So, yung kagandahan dito, dahil pwede natin dito na, nag-pop up siya. So, Michael Montuya has shared a Google Drive file. So, nag-pop up siya dito. So, ito kagandahan dito, pwede natin gamitin mismo yung Google Drive natin, i-merge natin siya. Hindi natin kailangan pang i-download at hindi natin kailangan pang saka natin i-upload sa Microsoft Outlook as files. Okay. So next po natin ay yung automatic reply setting. Okay. So ang gagawin lang po natin, itong setting na ito ay i-click po natin. And then after that, view all Outlook setting. And then, hanapin po natin yung automatic replies. And then, click natin turn on automatic reply at pwede tayong mag-send dito ng reply. So, kailan po ito? Halimbawa, gusto ninyong magbakasyon. Ano? Gusto ninyong magbakasyon. At ayaw niyo makatanggap ng email or gusto ninyong malaman kung kailan kayo babalik. So, pwede natin ilagay dito ang date. Halimbawa, bukas ay 6:20. Kasi Sunday, Family Day bukas, 6:20. And Father's Day din. Happy Father's Day po sa mga ano bukas, sa mga ama ng tahanan. Yan. So, dapat umaga pa lang, hindi na siya makatanggap ng email. Or, kumbaga, merong auto-reply na matatanggap. Yan. Ito, makakatanggap po kayo ng email and then automatic naman na ito ay magre-reply doon sa kausap po ninyo, doon sa nag-email sa inyo. So, and then, 21, yun, pwede na kayo ng Monday. So, start naman ng umaga naman. Yan. 7 o'clock ng umaga. And then sa setting po natin, pwede natin ilagay, i-block natin yung calendar for this period. Kasi kapag may mga calendar tayo, minsan, kumbaga, iniimbitahan tayo. So alam nang nag-i-invite sa atin na hindi tayo pwede sa mga oras na yan. So set a title for this event. So yun, ilalagay mo na lang kung anong title. Halimbawa, Family Day. Okay. So, pwede mo ring i-decline ang new invitation for event. So, pwede nyo i-click yan and decline and cancel my meetings during this period. So, pwede nyo ilagay yan dyan. And then, i-click na lamang po ninyo yung save. Okay, nakalagay dito, sorry, I'm on leave. For more information, contact my secretary. Yan, may mga secretary dyan. Sorry, I'm on vacation. Okay. So, yan po yung ating yan po yung ating okay. Yan po yung ating yung automatic reply ng Outlook. Okay, next. So, minsan hinihingi natin ang opinion ng ating mga kasamahan sa trabaho na pwede rin tayong mag-send ng poll dito sa ating sa ating email. For example, lalagay tayo ng poll dito. Click natin. Ano bang magandang poll natin? Favorite foods. Yan. Meriendahan na. So, lagay natin dito ay hamon. So, pwede tayo maglagay rito ng cake. Pwede tayo maglagay dito ng ano pa? Pasta. Then, click na lang natin yung next. So, andito na po. Pwede po natin yung ilagay sa add email. Okay. So, inserting na po siya. So, pag pinag-click po natin yan dito, pag pinag-click po natin yan, tayo ay pupunta sa Microsoft Forms. Ano po? So, pwede na silang magsasagot dito and then pwede nang ilagay yung vote. At makikita na kagad yung result. Okay? So, yan po ay pag maglalagay po tayo ng poll o mga pagbubutuhan. For example, may mga hindi kayo napagkasundo ang bagay pagdating ng meeting. So, napag-isip-isip ninyo na dahil kayo nagpe-preside ng meeting at kayo rin naman nagpapabuto, nag-decide kayo na kailangan nyo magpabuto na dapat instantly ay pwedeng tawag dyan ay makapagtanong kayo doon sa inyong mga kasamahan sa meeting kung ano ang dapat ninyong gawin. So, pwede dito ang pagbobotohan. Okay, next. Categorize email. Ito naman madali lang ito sa pagka-categorize natin ng email. Kasi for example, ito, SharePoint Online. Yan. Pwede natin categorize ito. Lagay natin ng green. Okay, SharePoint Online again. Pwede natin siyang lagyan ng green. So, pwede natin siyang categorize natin siya by urgency. Ano? Click natin itong green category Pag pinag-click po natin yan, lalabas yung dalawang email na lang. Ano, kaya pag may nag-send sa inyo ng email, so i-categorize nyo na kagad na ito ay importante. Kung kung importanteng-importante, so what you need to do is to create ito, categorize natin as read. Kasi ito yung mga pinasang project ng estudyante ko. Yan. Ah, yan. Kasi dapat makagawa na ng grade. So urgent ito. Sana yun? Category natin is read. And also, category natin is read. Okay. So yan. So pag pinag-click natin lahat ng red, lalabas dito. O pag pinag-click natin yung isang red, lalabas lahat ng red dito. Pagbalik tayo sa inbox, pag pinag-click naman natin ang green category, lalabas naman yung another green category. Yung mga email ninyo from the green category. So hindi lang naman yung SharePoint, pwede natin nga dagdagan yan ng iba. For example, ito si Gabi, gawin natin siyang pwede natin din siyang gawing urgent. So, hindi lang naman siya puro SharePoint lang or yung project ng bata. So, yan. So, yun ang pagkakategorize natin ng ating mga emails. So, next, we have categorize email sweep for easy deletion of email. Minsan kapag tayo ay nagdi-delete ng email, ang ginagawa natin, lagay natin dito, ay, SharePoint, ayan. Saan pa yung SharePoint na yon? Click ko pa din ito. Ay, hindi. Project pala ito ng estudyante ko. Okay, delete ko ito. Okay, ma-delete pa ako ng iba. Okay. Yan, naghahanap tayo. Delete ko pa to. Delete ko pa tong another mga dami-dami kong di-delete yan, mga ganyan. So, di-delete ko siya. So, ang gagawin ko, i-delete ko siya. Then, click ko yung delete dito. So, mas maganda kung gagamit tayo ng tawag dyan, ng sweep. Ay yung sweep for easy deletion. So, paano gagawin natin? Click lang natin yung sweep. So, hanap tayo pwedeng i-delete dito. Ito, may analytics. Hanapin natin yung mga may analytics dito. Andito pa, may analytics. Yan, ang dami, may analytics. So, pwede ko siyang i-delete ng isahan. Okay? I-click ko lang siya, and then after clicking, move all message from the inbox folder or move to deleted items. I-click ko siya, and then, wait ha, check muna natin deleted items dito. Yan. Ayan, mga deleted items natin yan. So, wala kayong makikitang may analytics dyan. Okay, next. Doon na tayo sa inbox. I-delete na natin. May analytics. And then, sweep. Lagay natin sa deleted items. So, lahat ng, and then click natin ng okay. So, lahat ng may analytics natin ay pupunta sa deleted items. Saan na yan? Wait. Wait ha. Okay, tingnan natin kung yung may ano, nandito pa. Wait. Refresh natin yung ating refresh. Click natin ito, may analytics. And then, sweep. Always move message. Kanina pala hindi ko na ilagay sa deleted items. Nakaklik dito sa move all message from the inbox. So, hindi siya natanggal sa inbox. Click ko siya rito. And then, okay. So, andito na siya. Analytics. So, pumasok siya. Depende sa kung anong month nyo siya dinelete at sisingit siya doon sa mga months na kailangan. Doon sa mga months na or days na natapatan niya. Kaya kung may mga nauna kayong dinelete and then nag-delete kayo ulit, doon siya sisingit sa petsa kung saan siya nararapat. Okay? So, next. So, next is the mention name in email. So, ano ibig sabihin ng mention name in email? So, parang ano lang yan, yung gumagawa tayo ng message natin. So, halimbawa, meron kang gustong I-mention namin, name, pwede mong ilagay dito, yung kanyang at, and then, okay, Altea Rafael. So, papasok na siya doon kagad sa to end. So, mapapansin niyo dito, ito kasing mga naan dito ay kasama sa group ko. Kasama rin sa aking tenancy, kaya nakikita ko kagad kung sino-sino ang pwede kong padalhan. Ito mga estudyante ko ito, so therefore, pwede kong padalhan yan, kiklik ko na lang siya dito. So, hindi ko na kailangan mag-type ng isa-isa. So, at na lang siya, and then we have this one. Okay. So, ganyan. So, hindi ko na kailangan pa mag-type ng paisa-isa. Okay? Subject, best, best. Okay. And then, click ko siya ng send. Okay. So, yun. So, ngayon, matatanggap na nila yun. So, next is the delayed delivery for email. So, alam po yung iba dito ay gumagamit na. For example, bakit natin ginagawa yung delayed delivery for the email? For example, meron kayong kailangang sagutan na email at pero ang response na ay dapat makarating ng pitsa 20 or June 20. So, pwede niyong gawin ay pag gumawa kayo ng email ay pwede niyong ilagay ng send later. And then you have the date kung saan nyo siya pwedeng ipadala o kung anong kailan nyo siya pwedeng ipadala. So, click natin siya and then send. Okay. So, ito yung tinatawag nating delaying send later. Okay, next is the delivery receipt. So, click natin siya sa delivery receipt. Saan na yun? So, kailangan lang natin hanapin dito yung message option sa inbox. Okay? Okay, message option. Okay. So, pwede nating lagay dito, message option niya. So, pwedeng personal. Request read receipt, and we have request a delivery receipt. Pag naipadala na natin siya, may magbabounce back sa atin na email. And then, kapag nabasa naman niya, ay may magbabounce back din sa atin email na in-inform tayo na nabasa niya na yung ating email. Okay. So, yun po ay sa delivery receipt. And also, sa pagdagdag naman natin ng signature, paano tayo magdagdag ng signature natin? Okay, pwede nating ilagay yung signature natin. So, click natin yung setting ng Outlook. After clicking the setting in Outlook, view all Outlook setting. And then, click for signature. Or look for the signature sa compose and reply. Okay. So, in a signature, you can create your text message. For example, Michael, Mercedes Elementary School. Okay. And then, pwede rin tayong gumamit ng image. Click natin ang insert image and then click natin itong banner na to. Okay. And then we can adjust. So parang MS Word lang din siya. Okay. So pwede natin lagay dito. Yan. Pinas natin Mercedes Elementary School. So, Mercedes Marines Norte. Okay. And then click natin yung save. So, before we clicking the save, pwede kayong mamili. You can choose automatically include my signature on new message that I composed and also automatically include my signature on message I forwarded or replied to. So, kapag kayo ay gumawa ng new image, you can, kapag gumawa kayo ng new image, matatanggap din nila ito na kasama ito sa ilalim. So pag sinabi nating email signature, siya ay nakikita parati after the message ng inyong email. So automatically include my signature on message, I forwarded it or replied to. So same, ganun din. After yung email, yung message ninyo, nasa ilalim siya. Doon siya sa ilalim makikita. Okay. So yan ang delivery receipt on add signature and now calendar schedule tayo. So sa calendar, kung mapapansin ninyo, sa Microsoft Outlook, so we have the mail, we have the calendar, and also we have the people or the contacts, and we have the files, and we have the to-do list or the task. Okay. So sa Microsoft Outlook din, pwede tayong gumawa ng sarili nating schedule dito. So, punta tayo sa calendar. Okay? So, sa calendar tayo. Okay. Dito sa calendar, pwede kayo maggawa dito. And, andito. So, title, meetings. Okay, faculty meeting. So, invite attendees. So, optional sa atin kung maglalagay tayo ng invite attendees. Kailan ang meeting natin? Lagay natin ang petsa ng June 20. And we have 8 o'clock to 10 a.m. So automatic yan, mabla-block yung kanyang oras dito. And then, search for room or location. Saan ba kayo mag-meeting? Kung virtual naman siya, pwede niyong ilagay dito na virtual. Or kung meron kayong meeting na place, pwede niyong ilagay ang place yan. For example, Grand Opera Hotel. Yan. Great Eastern Hotel. Ito kung saan nagsimula ang Microsoft 365. Ano? Sa Great Eastern Hotel, dyan pinag-launch yung Microsoft 365. Actually, Office 365 pa siya. And then naging Microsoft 365 siya. Kasi nga, hindi lang siya sa Office. Hindi lang siya sa Microsoft Office. Yung Microsoft Excel, yung Microsoft Word, and then Microsoft PowerPoint. Kundi meron pa siyang iba't ibang applications na kasama. Okay. So, nakalagay sa description, pwede niyong ilagay ditong agenda. Number 1, school activities. Number 2, graduation. And number 3 is others. Okay. So, add online meeting. Ito kagandahan dito. Pwede nyo nang ilagay dito kung kayo ay sa Skype or sa Teams meeting. So, i-click na lang natin siya. And, tatakpan yung ano. And, save. Okay. Pag save natin, saan na yun? Dito na siya. Faculty meeting. Pag-click natin yan, so you have and then, join tayo. And then, mag-open ang Microsoft Teams. Okay, so automatic na siya, naka-incorporate na siya sa ating calendar. Okay, meeting. When the meeting starts, we'll let people know you're waiting. Yan. Okay, so kasi nasa lobby ka lang. Okay? Napakaganda po ng Microsoft Teams kung gagamitin po natin. So ito parati namin ginagamit pag may meeting kami sa Microsoft. Okay, next. Ito rin ginagamit ko sa classroom. Microsoft Teams. Okay, next. So, share your calendar. Itong calendar po natin, pwede po natin i-share. Ano po? So, i-click lang natin dito and then we can share our calendar. So, or people in the organization. Okay. Sa pag-share po natin ng calendar natin, parati po nating tatandaan na tayo ay nag-share sa mga dapat nating o sa mga kasamahan lang natin. Pag nilagay natin can view all details, sa lahat ng details, talagang makikita niya yan, ng mga people in the organization. Who are the people in the organization? Lahat ng inyong kasamahan na naka-R5, for example sa akin, ako ay naka-R5, lahat ng kasamahan ko naka-R5, yan ay ang people in the organization. So bibigyan lang natin siya ng rules kung anong pwede nilang gawain. So pwede nila siyang o pwede na siyang i-edit, pwedeng i-view all details, can view titles and location, can view when I'm busy and uh, not shared. Okay. So pwede natin siyang ilagay view all details. Lahat ng people in the organization dito. Okay? And outside the organization, tingnan ninyo. Bakit outside the organization ako? Dahil ako ay yung isang email ko ay naka-Outlook. Since naka-Outlook siya, ay pinag-invite pa rin ako gamit ang Microsoft 365 or Microsoft Outlook. Pwede rin akong bigyan kung ano ang pwede kong gawain. So pwede ko siyang ma-view ang titles and location. Pwede ko siyang i-view lahat ng details. Pwede kong i-view when I'm busy. So, pansinin ninyo, tatlo lang ang pagpipilian dito samantalang ito ay we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, 5 ang pagpipilian niya. Bakit? Dahil naka-restrict lang siya sa people in the organization. Okay. So, next. Add holiday. So, alam na natin ito, paano tayo mag-add ng holiday. So, meron tayong iba't ibang mga holidays dito. Pansinin po ninyo, sa calendar po natin, we have the calendar, we have the school calendar, we have the birthday, United States. So, pwede nating tanggalin itong United States. Yan. Pag tinanggal po natin yan, so, pansinin po ninyo, sa United States ay May 31, Memorial Day nila. So, pag tinanggal po natin siya, so, lahat ng United States na schedule nawawala. Okay? So, yan po. Para magdagdag tayo, dagdag lang po tayo ng calendar. Yan. So, create blank calendar. Ayan po. So, calendar name. Halimbawa ay school. Meron bang school activity? School activity. So, lagay natin ang pink. Yan. Wow, pink. And my calendar. Add to my calendar and then save. At makikita natin siya dito. School activity. Okay, anong activity natin ngayon? For example, 26. So, pwede natin ilagay dito sa calendar natin kung ano yung niya. Kung yung category niya. Okay? So, next is assign task naman siya. Kaya nga yung assign task, dito ko siya sa PC nakita. So, I have Outlook in PC. So, pag nag-a-assign task tayo dito, ito, mag-a-assign tayo ng task. For example, a graduation ceremony. Okay. Okay, we have a graduation ceremony. Oh, complete. Bakit naging yan? So, na-complete ko na kagad siya. Under graduation ceremony, pwede tayong maglagay ng ano dito. Pwede tayong mag-assign dito. Different task. So, kung virtual man siya, so kailangan dito ay PPT or video presentation. Okay, next, pwede natin siyang lagyan ng due date. Kailan ang due date natin dito? So, pwede natin gawin June 30. Okay, save. And we have the remind me. Okay, meron siyang remind me. Okay? So, dito, pwede nating lalagyan ng check ito. Pag nilagyan natin ng check yan, so automatic na, ibig sabihin yan ay nakumpleto na. Ano? Tingnan natin. Video presentation, ano pa? Speech ng mga speaker. And then next is katapos yan yung invitation for parents. Yan. So pansinin po natin dito, we have ilang ginawa natin dito? We have 3. Okay, meron tayong 3 dito. So we have the speech, and then the video presentation speech, and the invitation to parents. So 3. So nakalagay naman dito ay 0 of 3. Ngayon, mamomonitor mo ngayon, para na mamonitor mo siya, pwede mong i-click yan. Halimbawa, okay, ikaw ang in charge, okay na yung video presentation, click mo yan, mapapalitan siya maging 1 of 3. And then speech, so may nakagawa ng mga speech, so nababawasan siya. At pag natapos ang invitation, tapos na siya, pwede mo na din i-click yung graduation doon sa tasking natin. Okay. Okay. So, check natin yung tasking dito sa sa web application. Okay, wala rin tasking. Okay, nandito din siya sa sa tawag dito sa web application. Okay. So, minsan ang gusto natin, yung iba ay ayaw ng puting-puti. Ano? Ayaw ng puting-puti yung kanyang desktop, yung kanyang Outlook, yung sa desktop version niya. So, pwede nating baguhin ang kanyang kulay. Okay, so paano natin babaguhin ang kanyang kulay? Bigyan natin ng kulay ang kanyang buhay. Yan. Okay. So, personalization. So, mamimili tayo dito. Anong gusto natin? Gusto natin window mode o light mode and then dark mode. So, bahala kayo kung anong gusto niyo. Ako kasi gusto ko yung dark mode kasi mas tumitingkad yung kulay niya, yung mga message na nakikita ko kagad. And also, pwede rin tayong gumamit ng mga background. Yan, mga background nito. Okay? Sa Outlook. Okay. And another sa Outlook, pwede tayo magdagdag ng ibang dito. Pwede nating dagdag dito si Gmail natin. Okay? So, paano tayo magdadagdag? For example, yung email, magdadagdag tayo dyan. Okay, saan ba tayo nagdagdag dito? Ay, sorry. Okay. So, magdadagdag tayo ng account. Add account. So, nadagdag ko na kasi dito yung aking different email. Okay, yung Gmail account ko. Add account. And then, try nating idagdag si Gmail ko. Okay. Okay, so may verify siya. Check ko lang. Kung pumasok na yung verification. Okay, yes. Yan. So kung gagamit po kayo ng mga Gmail account, ng mga gawin po nating 2 authentication siya na may na-receive din tayong text sa ating mga cellphone. Okay? So na-connect na natin siya sa Outlook. So, andito na yung aking Gmail. So, therefore, pwede nating gawin ay para maano ko yung Gmail ko, nandito yung aking mga email galing sa Gmail. Ito naman yung aking DepEd account. Yan. Yung DepEd account ko. Yung deped.gov.ph. Ito naman yung aking R5 account, yung aking Microsoft 365 account. At ito naman yung aking Microsoft Outlook account. So, ilang email ito? Isa, dalawa, tatlo, apat. So, we can add more. Pwede pa tayo magdagdag ng Yahoo. Pwede pa tayo magdagdag ng yung personal email. For example, yung mga may website dyan, pwede nyo idagdag dito. Okay? So, yan lang po ang pwede po nating ma-share kasi lampas na rin po tayo sa oras. At hopefully ay may natutunan po kayong bago dito sa ating pagtalakay tungkol sa 365. Dito sa Microsoft Outlook. And balikan po natin yung ating Mentimeter. So to send and receive email, use, communicate, send and receive email to connect with people. Email, we have the update. I'm not familiar with it. So talagang yung Outlook kasi hindi talaga masyadong familiar. Ngayon ito lumalabas si Outlook pag labas ni 365. Mostly ang gamit natin ay Yahoo and then using the Gmail and other platform. Yung Hotmail, actually yung Hotmail is a part of the Microsoft. To enhance learning, to communicate, not so sure, and organize to maximize communication and collaborate. So that's all for today and thank you very much and hopefully merong akong naidagdag kaalaman sa inyo pagdating sa Microsoft Outlook.
Ayan. Ang galing naman ni Sir Michael. Clap-clap tayo dyan, no? Kasi kahit naman ako, no, I can relate dun sa isa mga nakasulat doon, no, na Outlook is really new. No,
Yes,
it's a new outlook. Ganon. Ganon siya. Yan. Sir Jello, Sir Jambi, and Ma'am Jinky, ano bang masasabi ninyo sa naganap na presentation?
Ako, Teacher Pau, alam mo, feeling ko lang naman, Siyempre, baka mali yung iniisip ko. Feeling ko, the only reason why we don't know Outlook, parang, it was because may Yahoo pa nung time na yon when we were all already using Word and Excel. Tapos, by the time na nawala yung Yahoo, pumasok na si Google. So, never pumasok sa kamalayan ng marami yung Outlook when it is as convenient as the one, wala naman si Sir Franco, as convenient as as Google.
Actually, sir,
hindi na monitor.
Yung Outlook natin, pag nag-install tayo noon ng Windows 95 pa, naandyan na si Outlook.
Yun
talaga
nga
natin pinapalitin.
Correct. Ine-ex ko pa nga yan dati, sir, eh. Parang sagabal pa sa akin yung dati. Not knowing kung na ang laki pala ng pakinabang niya. Hindi ko lang talaga alam. So, sana ganun din yung feeling ng napakarami natin na mga viewers. Kasi apparently, yun, pinag-uusapan nila sa private chat. Meron tayong lahat nung Outlook. So, pakinabangan natin. Let's maximize productivity. And thank you, Sir Michael, for really introducing us to Microsoft Outlook. Para yun yung kaklase mo na hindi mo pinapansin. Pero ang bait-bait pala talaga, very friendly pala, dahil parang hindi lang kayo nagkaroon ng chance na mag-usap. Yun.
Totoo.
So, kailangan siyang pansinin.
Oo. So, kaya Teacher Pau, kailangan pansinin lang. O naghahamba ulit si Teacher Pau.
Baka mahanap ko. Mga 3 seconds lang ako.
Yung mga 30 seconds yung lag.
Sorry. Diyos ko, tong internet na to, struggle. Ano ba yan?
Ayan. Pero again, maraming salamat, Sir Michael.
Yeah.
marami pong nabuksan ang kaisipan nila. Marami rin may mga questions. We'll give you a chance to read through the chat. Pwede rin na po kayo mag-reply na agad or pwedeng i-reserve natin for later when we have a few minutes siguro for our panel discussion. Kasi would you believe, may isa pa.
Pa.
Nakakadalawang ano na tayo, two webinars worth of information, may isa pa. So,
Yes.
wow. Ayan, Teacher
Wow.
Pao. Teacher Pao, at Miss Jinky, baka pwede niya naman kaming tulungan na i-introduce ang ating third speaker. Magpapaalam po muna tayo kay Sir Michael.
Yes. Saglit. Ayan.
Yan.
So,
Narinig ba ako?
Yes. Oo.
Yes, we hear you.
Yes, we can hear you. Kamusta ka naman pala, Mas Jinky? Kamusta ka, Miss Jinky?
Ayan.
Ay, ka pa.
Medyo nakakalma na ng konti.
May napakagandang kwento si Miss Jinky about sa Lenovo stint. Uy, katatapos lang ng Lenovo stint ni Sir Franco. Congratulations, Sir Franco, na iraos ang Lenovo guesting. Ayan. Mamaya, pagkukwentuhan natin sa private chat.
Ayan. So, Teacher Jinky, sino ba ang ating susunod na speaker? Balita ko magaling ito eh.
Oo,
Yes.
ayan no. So, yung third speaker natin, syempre, kumuha din ako from yung mga kakilala ko talaga, di ba? So, yung third speaker natin who will be talking about MS Word, no? So, most likely yung mga nanonood sa atin ngayon, very, very familiar na sila with MS Word. But hopefully, what will be shared to you today, will be something na, may ganyan din pala, diba? Parang mga ganun yung gusto nating mga moments nila, no? So, yung ating guest speaker for today, is one of my colleagues. Ayan, si Miss Leyna Santos, a faculty as well, no? Senior high school, kasi ko siya sa senior high school ng Assumption Antipolo. Ayan. So, si Miss Leyna, isa siya sa, kumbaga siya yung angel ko nung pumasok ako ng Assumption. Siya yung nagga-guide sa akin. Siya rin yung nagtulak sa akin actually na magturo ng Microsoft. Yung meron kaming course isa sila sa nag-push sa akin na sige, go. Yan. So, kasama ko din siya na sa senior high school kami kumbaga parang kami yung technology expert. In short, tanungan ng mga co-teacher kapag may hindi sila mag-gets tungkol sa technology, lalo na ngayong online, And
AKA Sir Jello. Ayan. Papapasukin na natin si Miss Leyna. Ayan, papasukin natin. Ayan. Hello, ma'am.
Hi, good afternoon. Thank you for giving me this chance to share my knowledge, especially, sabi nga ni Miss Jinky, yung Microsoft applications na akala natin dati ay static, madami na pala siyang pwedeng gawin ngayon. So, hindi lang siya basta-basta Word na pwede tayong mag-encode or maglagay ng ating mga documents, pero madami pa tayong pwedeng gawin.
Correct. Very, very excited. Ano ba? Kayo ba, Sir Jello, Teacher Pao, Miss Jinky? Gaano katagal na kayong nagma-Microsoft Word?
Kasing tagal ng lag ng internet. Ganun, joke lang.
Ay, sobrang tagal naman.
Ayun. Hindi. Siguro since elementary ata, yung tuto kong humawak ng computer, Microsoft Word na ata yung una kong program. Nakita ko kanina doon sa presentation ni Miss Jobel. Nakita niya yung exploration. Sabi ko, bakit yung toolbar mo parang hindi Windows 10? Parang lumang-luma 97 pa ata yun. So yun, parang mga ganung panahon pa, yung tipong dial-up pa yung internet, may Microsoft Word na.
ISP Bonanza pa, gano'n.
Ay, parang pa nga wala pang internet.
Oo, actually, wala pang internet nun.
Yung nagpa-floppy disk ka pa, ganyan. Meron na tayong Word. Word
Correct,
star.
correct.
Go word star, madami
Yan,
parang
actually, word star. Green pa yung
Grabe.
screen mo.
Oo, oh, 'di ba?
Ano po yung
Tas,
word star?
ay,
Ay,
grabe.
Mga Lotus 1, 2, 3 pa yung ginagamit yan. Okay. Ayan. So,
ayan.
I'm sure kung maraming natutunan yung mga viewers natin sa Excel at saka sa Outlook kanina. Very, very excited na rin sila. Kasi yun nga, by this time, alam na nila na ano, to expect the unexpected. Kala mo, alam mo na, di ba? Ang dami mo pang matututunan. Ayan, I've also actually viewed the video. Doon pa lang, excited na ako. Dami ko nang natutunan. So, gusto ko rin na ma-share sa inyong lahat ang presentation ni Miss Lena. So, ayan, ipe-play na natin ang video prepared by Miss Lena. But of course, kasama pa rin natin si Miss Lena mamaya sa ating plenary when we get to ask questions from our three speakers. Thank you very much po.
Today, I'm Lena Santos, one of the senior high school teachers of Assumption Antipolo. For today, I will be sharing with you the different uses of Microsoft Word, particularly in real-time collaboration and how to insert table of contents and also uh, how to use or create a fillable form. So for now, I'm going to share with you at the beginning how to share a document in Microsoft Word. So what are the advantages of sharing a document in Microsoft Word? Well, first and foremost, if you're going to look at the practical side, of course, uh, if ever something happens to the computer, like your hardware, you can easily access your document using OneDrive or in the cloud. And another thing is for collaborating, you can actually see yung real-time collaboration that we're talking about. So in real-time collaboration, later you will also see the users or the people who can actually edit the file. So let's start. So I will share my screen so that you'll be able to see. Okay, so I'm going to share with you how to share a document for real-time collaboration. So I'm going to open a file and then uh, show you how it's actually done. So just bear with me here. I'll just fix my screen. Okay, so please remember that before uh, coming up with a real-time collaboration activity, make sure that you prepare the document already, meaning you have the uh, parts wherein you would want to fill in, and also you have already distributed the tasks to the members. So I'm going to share this document, but since this particular document is saved in my computer, I will not be able to share it yet for team collaboration or for real-time collaboration. So I'm going to use my personal OneDrive, click on share, and then my personal OneDrive. And then from here, um, my file will actually be uploaded, and then you can choose the type of sharing. You want anyone, allow anyone to edit, or you want to set an expiration date. And then, of course, you can now insert the email address of the person that you want to share the file with. So there are also different ways of sharing the file. I'm using the OneDrive, meaning the person who's going to receive this particular file will be able to get it using her OneDrive. Now, if the team member or maybe your group mate has actually no OneDrive or has no access to OneDrive, then you can just copy the link and then send it using any social media chat app like in Messenger or maybe in Viber, or if you want, you can just send the uh, link to another kind of chat so that he or she will be able to access it. And then click on send. Okay. So the sample file now is sent to my team member. Bear in mind, since this is a document saved in the cloud, it might actually take a few seconds or maybe even a few minutes for the other person to receive the file. So here, on the upper right hand, you can already see who is able to open the file and who's already collaborating. So let's pretend that we are working on a research paper and I have placed here already the parts of the research paper. And then let's pretend also that the other person who's collaborating right now is actually in charge of placing items under abstract. So you can also see here on the screen a little red flag that's actually indicating the color assigned to that particular person. So if there's actually more people collaborating for this file, you will see different flags and different colors. Okay, so if the other person is already editing the file, you will see it in real time what she's actually placing here on this particular document. So let's pretend that I'm going to work on some parts of the document here. And I would like to format. Now, this particular way of sharing can also be done uh, using the other applications of Microsoft. So you can do this sharing using the Excel file or even the PowerPoint. Let's say you want to prepare a PowerPoint presentation. Now, another thing that you can actually do is to insert a comment. Let's say you would like to place a comment to one of your group mates so that she will be reminded, let's say, of a particular task, or you want her to add uh, more contents. So you can add a new comment and then, uh, sorry. So let's place the comment here under abstract, and then you can add mention the person so that she'll be able to. My group mate is able to add already her part. And then let's pretend that we are going to finalize this document as the first draft of the report. You would actually want to remove the comments before submitting it to your teacher or to your professor. So we click on resolve. Or you can also delete all comments in the document. Now, another feature of Microsoft Word is to be able to insert the table of contents. So before we do that, first we need to indicate the headings or the titles by using the styles here. So first, of course, for the title of the research paper, then we'll be using the title under styles. Now, here you can actually change the font and the size if you want to, depending on what is actually required for the paper. Let's say that's just Times New Roman with font 16. Now let's move on to the parts of the research paper. So let's say that your abstract is actually one of the heading. So we will be using style again and heading one. So heading one meaning it's a main chapter. Heading two can actually indicate that it's a sub chapter. So this is it. Since abstract is a main chapter, we will actually choose heading one for abstract. So same thing, you can format this one or change the font depending on what is actually required. And you can even change the font color if you want. So let's move on to background of the study. So same thing, we will still be using heading one since this is a main chapter of the paper. Review of literature, we will also be using heading one, and then methodology, heading one. Now, under methodology, there are two sub categories, the design and the statement of the problem. Please bear in mind that this is just an example. This is not actually the uh, required format for writing a research paper. So you have your design as heading two. And then the statement of the problem also, we will be using heading two. Okay. So the advantage of using the styles for the title and heading is that it's actually easier for you to generate the table of contents. So let's say that I would like to place my table of contents after the research title. You can just move it according to your desired format. Insert my table of contents after the title. So go to references. And then here you can see table of contents. And when you click under table of contents, then you get to choose the kind of format that you would want to use. So let's pretend that I would just like to follow automatic table one. And immediately, Word will actually include the number of pages for the different parts. So what if after creating your draft, your teacher or your professor actually returned the paper and you need to add or maybe you need to edit your paper. And of course, the different parts will move. So all you need to do is after editing or after adding more contents is to update the table. So you can do update page number only. So meaning the page numbers will be updated for the different parts of the table. Or do you want to update the entire table? So you will only use the update the entire table if you actually changed the, let's say, changed one of the heading or the title. When, of course, or the title of the chapter. Of course, you need to click on update entire table. But for now, let's pretend that I actually added more items and that uh, you get to update the page number only. So still, it's on the same number of pages. So maybe just to be clear if this is really going to be effective, I'm going to add more. So let's try again, dating here, the numbers only. And as you can see, the page numbers are updated. So that's one way. Now, another advantage of using your OneDrive to collaborate is that you don't need to keep on saving a new version of your paper. So as you edit, you're actually using one file only. Unlike before, wherein you have to uh, keep on saving or keep on sending via email a document. And if you're collaborating with uh, two to three people in the organization, it becomes problematic as to which one is actually the latest copy of your document. So even in submitting the paper to your superior or maybe to your professors or to your teachers, these can actually be very helpful. So that's it by sharing the document and using the table of contents. Now, if you're going to share the document, let's say in Teams, it's actually easier. Okay? All you need to do is to upload the file here from OneDrive. And if you have a group chat, after uploading the file, automatically everyone in that group chat will have an access already of that particular file. Now, one thing that I did not do a while ago when I actually uploaded the document in my OneDrive, you have the option to remove it from your personal computer. I did not do that anymore because there's really no need for me right now. But you can do that. You can remove the file from your personal computer. That way, you will only use what is actually uh, in your OneDrive. So it also saves space in your personal computer. So for now, what we are going to do next is how to create a fillable form. Now, a fillable form is actually uh, used for gathering data. Now, you can use it for survey or maybe even if you want to use it, let's say, for the personal information sheet of your uh, co-workers, colleagues, or even of your students, or let's say you want to create an order form. You have an entrepreneur class and you need to collect an order from your customers. So now I'm going to show you how to create a fillable form using Word. So just like with uh, the collaboration activity, first thing that you need to do is to finalize your form. You need to have like a template already when creating a fillable form. Now, I'm going to open a file here. So I'm going to use a personal information. So before you can actually create a fillable form, you need to activate this tab, the developer tab. Now, since I've been creating fillable forms, I've activated the developer tab already. So in terms of activating the developer tab, all you need to do is to place your cursor here on the ribbon and then right click. So you can customize the ribbon or click on customize the ribbon and then uh, under the main tabs here, make sure that developer is actually checked. So click on developer and then click on OK. And then just wait for a few seconds and you will see that the developer tab is already activated in your Word document. So here I've prepared a personal information sheet that I would like to gather from my students. So let's say that you need it in the registrar or maybe guidance or maybe even in the clinic. No? And you would want them to use this particular template and submit it. So as I've said, you need to format the paper first before you'll be able to add the fields. So here, under full name, we would want to create what we call a text field. So you can choose between the rich text control or the plain text control. So what's the difference? In rich text content control, you can actually format the colors, you can format the type of meaning format the colors, let's say per word you want to put highlight it per word, or you want to format the words differently. But in plain text control, of course, if you're just asking for them to input a particular text, then there's really no need for the rich text control. So let's say that I'm going to insert here. So put your cursor to where you would want to insert that particular field, and then add your plain text control. So as you can see here, there's already a prompt saying click or tap here to enter text. Now, if you want to change the format of this particular field, go to properties, and then you can actually change the format, bounding box, or you want to use the start and end tag. Now, you can also include here the title of this particular box if there's a need to do that. And then you can also change the color if you want. So, of course, by using this one, since this is just your plain text, no, whatever color you will use, the entire set of words will be using that particular color. So let's click on OK. And then let's say that I would want here the contact number. So I'm going to use the same and go to properties. Now, for the grade level, I would like to use a drop-down menu. So here, you actually have options to insert either a drop-down text or a checkbox. So for this one, I'm going to use the drop-down content. However, if you notice, there's actually the prompt here, choose an item. But if you're going to click on the drop-down arrow, there's actually nothing inside. So go back to properties. And then you can actually choose an item to add. So it's really up to you if these are phrases or maybe locations, or you can also use numbers. So in this case, we will be using numbers. So grade level, let's say that I would want them to indicate whether they're from grade 11 or grade 12. So just click on add again. Okay, so click on OK. And then let's check. Now you can choose the grade level here. Now for the section, I would like to use I would want to use the checkbox. So they get to choose or indicate their particular section. So just place the cursor before the number or where you would want to place the checkbox and click on the checkbox. Okay, so let's say that I would like to add also another portion of the personal information, like in case of emergency, who to contact. So let's add it again, another text. and the contact details of that person. So last, and part of the information sheet is also to check if this is actually an updated one. So you can include here a date picker to know when they were able to accomplish this particular information sheet. So that will also give you an idea on whether the information sheet is actually updated or not. So for the date picker, if you just want the usual format, then you don't really need to edit. But if you want to edit, then you go back to properties while that particular date picker is still highlighted, and then you can choose the format of what or how you would want the date to appear. Okay? So, for example, we are done with our personal information sheet. And of course, before distributing this particular Word document, you would want to protect, meaning you want to make sure that the recipients of this document will not be able to edit. So click on protect and I'll go to protect, sorry, and click on restrict editing. So here, for the editing restrictions, you can choose as to what the recipients can actually do with the document. So do you want your recipients to read only? Of course not. No, you want them to fill in the forms because that's the general idea of making fillable forms. And then do you want to start enforcement of protecting this particular document? When you click on start enforcing protection, it means that you cannot change anymore the format of this particular document. So click on yes, start enforcing. Now, after clicking on yes, start enforcing protection, you actually have the option to fill in a password. So it's really up to you if you want to use a password or not. So if you don't want to use a password, just click on OK. But if you want to indicate a password, or if you want to use a password to protect your document so that the recipients will not be able to change it, then you can actually do that. Click on OK. So it will already give you this restrict editing, that your permissions or that the document is actually protected already. So let's try the document since it's protected already. So you can see I cannot anymore edit the fillable form. Here I can already fill in. So I can already choose say section 2. And then if I tap here, click or tap, no, I can already enter the text. And then let's say that I'm able to accomplish this today. And everything's here, everything's set. Now, you would want to give instructions to the recipients of the form since this is technically like a template. You would want to give instructions as to how to save it. And one way, or maybe a more efficient way of collecting it also, is through the use of a Dropbox using OneDrive. So you can set up a Dropbox using OneDrive to collect the forms. And then you can also give you instructions as to how to submit. Like, for example, you need to rename the file using your family name or maybe your initials before uploading it to the Dropbox. So that's it for today. I hope that you're able to learn new things on how to use the Microsoft Word, and also that you can also make use of the fillable forms to collect data or other information, whether it's for uh, keeping track of personal information of students or school personnel, or maybe if you also want to collect responses from students, or maybe even from uh, maybe responses for your research paper, or maybe even for collect responses for a survey that you can use for your entrepreneurship activity. So thank you so much and have a good day.
Thank you so much also to Miss Leina. Yeah, sabi sa inyo, exciting, di ba? Gagawa na ako mamaya ng ano, ng fillable form.
Fillable forms.
Pero,
Galing.
hindi kasi yun yung dati ko pang iniisip na gusto kong magawa ng Google Form. I mean,
Google Docs.
parang may use din kasi yun, di ba? May use. May use yung why you want to use Google Forms and then madiretso sa Google Sheets. Then you can analyze it, etc. Eh, kung hindi yun yung need ko, di ba? Kung ang need ko niya, gagawa ko ng ano, ng fillable na learning plan. Ayan. Eh, ba't ko lalagay sa ano, di ba? Sa Google Form. Eh, di nagulo-gulo yung format nun sa ano, sa Google Sheet. Ayan.
Saka yung pag may mga fini-fill out na application form,
Yeah.
'di ba? Na
Correct.
online ngayon, tapos
Auditions. Yan.
sesendan ka ng picture. Nakaka-stress yung gano'n, yung anong gagawin ko dito? Yan, 'di ba? So pwede gamitan ng fillable form.
Yan. Kaya naman tama yung comment nung isang ano natin kanina, ng isang viewer natin kanina. Totoo 'yun we live, lalo na't nag-uumpisa pa lang yung yung ating yung pag-dive ng lahat ng mga industries sa sa online world. Nandun pa tayo sa yung isang pinapasukan mo, ito yung ginagamit na platform, yung isang ginagalawan mo, ito yung ganyan. So, for now, it's best that you know both, or that you know all your options. At dahil dyan, speaking of option, pabalikin na natin si Teacher Pao para may option naman siya magsalita.
Nakakaloka. Ito internet ko ngayong araw na to, hindi makisama. Ayaw makisama, oh. Chance ko na to, no? Ay, nako. Okay. Anyway, sobrang galing, no? Mind blown tayo sa fillable form ni Miss Leina talaga. Wala akong masabi. Actually, meron niya isang comment, no? Highlight ko lang si Teacher May. Sabi niya, this lesson talaga no? This lesson on fillable form is amazing. I always come across these types of forms, but this is actually the first ever formal lesson that I got about MS Word. Thank you so much, and it's very helpful. Nakakahusay. Yan, galing naman.
At dahil dyan, Teacher Pao, let's also welcome back to our stream si Miss Jobel at saka si Sir Michael. Ayan, sabi sa inyo, isang araw lang yung, akala nyo po 3 araw na yung nagdaan. 3 webinars worth of information tayo. Hindi po, ano lang yun, 3 hours pa lang. Ayan. Partida, wala pa si Sir Franco na.
Diba?
Hello po. Welcome back to our stream.
Ayan. Okay, so complete cast na po tayo, no? So I think this is the time for us. So pagpasensyahan nyo na po ang ating napaka-husay na internet, no? So, okay, so this is our time to ask our panelists, no, some questions that you may have. And you've written also in our chat box. So, unahin na natin si Miss Jobs. Nakapahinga na siya, no? Nakapahinga na siya,
Kape na tayo.
Oo. Kasi wild yung Excel, ang daming gustong gawin, ganyan. So, Miss Job, so siguro Sir Jambi, mahanap mo pa ba yung question na yun sa dami? Teka lang ah.
Hindi, may nakita akong question.
Malamang hindi. Pero kaya na ni Teacher Jabel.
Yan. O, sige, go, Miss Jobel. Sagutin ang kayang sagutin. Okay.
Na-prepare ko na yung sarili ko sa tanong, yung nakita ko. Well, sabi kasi kanina, kung yung concatenate is kaya niyang paghiwalayin ang iyong data, how about kung gusto naman yung pagsamahin? Parang relasyon lang yan, maghihiwalay, tapos magsasama na naman. And pwede mong gamitin yung sa menu bar na data. Okay, then you can make use of the option flash in. So, pagka-enter mo ng iyong data, so magkasama sila, if you want them to separate, you can make use of the data on the menu bar, then click mo yung flash in. For you to be able to see the output, you need to have first an example. Type mo muna yung paggagayahan ng flash in. Then automatically, it will separate your data from one cell to another. Yun po yung example on how you can separate data from one cell to another. Okay. Then another question kanina is about the mean, median, mode, and SD or standard deviation. Actually, wala pa akong nakita shortcut icon na i-click mo lang like the auto sum, but madali lang naman siyang ilagay din as a formula. Okay, you just have to type equal sign, mean, tapos i-select mo yung iyong data, then mean, median, tas mode. Okay, and then kung standard deviation naman ang gusto mong kunin, you can type in equal sign ST-DEVA. Ayun. Tapos, open and close parenthesis, then select mo yung data. So, yan po. That's how you can make use of the formulas for the mean, median, mode. I hope I answered the questions na nakita ko kanina.
Ayan, oo. Sana nga, nahabol natin yon, no? Kasi ang dami na nating questions. Yung unang question ko dito, yung 4 o'clock na. So malamang wala na yung mga question, di ko na mababasa, no? Nasa team replay na yung mga questions na yon. Ayan. Thank you, Miss Jobs. All right. Kay Sir Michael, on calendar and on Outlook, no? Siguro meron lang question doon, Sir Michael, before na, yes, it's for email, but what specifically can Outlook offer? Kasi para siyang similar lang siya sa lahat ng emails. Pero ano ba yung natatago niyang galing siguro? Masasabi mong natatagong galing ng Outlook, no? As compared to other emails siguro. Sir Michael, pa-unmute lang po. Thank you.
Okay. So ang nakita ko kasi doon sa MS Outlook ay yung paglilink niya doon sa drive, ibang drive. Kasi kadalasan kapag nag-send tayo ng message, i-download natin, paka-save natin, paka-download natin, ay i-send natin. How about yung sinasabi kanina ni Ma'am Leyna, yung collaboration? Kapag nagko-collab tayo, ilalagay natin sa OneDrive, and pag nilagay natin sa OneDrive at pinag-download natin, and then pinag-send natin as a file, so ang mangyayari niyan, magdadalawang file siya. Meron tayong version 1, version 2, version 3, version 4, final na to, final na to, final na to, final na talaga, o, di ba? So, ganun kadalasan ginagawa natin noon para nakaka-relate si Ma'am Pau, no? So, yun ang Ngayon, kapag ang document natin ay inilagay natin sa MS Word, ang document natin nilagay natin sa OneDrive, and then pinag-send natin using the Outlook, pwede silang mag-collab doon. And then pwede rin silang mag-collab using the MS Teams. So, from MS Outlook, pwede nilang buksan yon. Pag nabuksan nila yung document, pwede silang mag-collab using the MS Teams. And then from the MS Teams, kasabay naman, pwede silang mag-chat kapag meron silang group discussion, pag may mga questions sila.
Totoo, sir. Nakarelate ako dun sa final na to, final na to.
Tapos may nakalagay pa for printing.
Oh, ganon. Totoo. Ayan, so very
And
good, no?
sabi
Siguro
nga
marami
nag-chat, yes, sobrang final na talaga ito.
agree. Ayan. Okay, yan. Thank you, no, Sir Michael. Ayan, so, Teacher Lena, ikaw ba may nakita kang question pa? Sir Jambi, Sir Jello, for Word? Ito meron. So, ito po bang MS Word fillable form ang pinanggalingan ng PDF fillable forms din? Yan, from Miss May
Ah,
Versosa.
hindi ko lang po alam yung history, pero normally yung iba't ibang mga software developers, meron po talaga silang mga kaparehas. So kung sa Adobe, PDF po talaga yung counterpart ni Microsoft Word. And then kung sa Apple naman po, ano ang tawag, Miss Jinky, nung sa Apple?
Pages.
Yon, Pages. So, hindi ko lang po alam sinong nauna sa kaninang dalawa.
Ayan, okay. May isa pang question dito, Teacher Lena. Ask ko lang po kung pwede mag-collaborate sa MS Excel and Word, so both siguro kay Miss Jobel and Miss Lena, na naka-hide sa iba yung ibang details. Possible daw ba yun?
I think sa Excel
So,
pwede. You can,
sa Excel kasi pwedeng mag-protect ng sheet. Tapos pwede mong
Yes.
ibigay yung password. Pero sa Word kasi, hindi ko pa
Open.
na-experience yung pwede mong i-protect per sheet. Normally, per document. Hindi ko pa na-encounter po itong pagkakataon na to na may hide kang ibang details. Siguro what I can suggest, kung pwedeng gumawa ng separate documents, especially kung medyo mataas po yung privacy level na kailangan ng documents. Gawa na lang po natin ng separate documents that you can share with those who can actually or siguro have the authority to see yung data. Tapos separate na lang natin yung ibang documents para dun sa mga ibang level din na makakakita ng data.
Parang GC lang, no? Wala si Franco dito.
Hindi ko alam, baka nanonood na siya ng di na.
Sunod ba?
Hindi
Pero
ko
wala
alam.
na uwian. Nag-send na siya ng pang merienda. So, okay na yan.
Okay, ayan. So I think no lahat itong mga nakikita natin na mga messages dito is all thanks no thanks to all our speakers who have either introduced kasi ang dami na nun eh parang introduced, reinforced, deepened their knowledge of the power tool no. So yan, Miss Jinky, ikaw ba may ia-add ka pa dun sa na-present nating tatlo kasi ang dami pa nating ipe-present in the
Oo,
next
tama.
week. Sige.
Correct. Actually for me, no, siguro just to connect as well from the um, seminar we had last week about MS Teams, no, these three, no, are actually seamlessly integrated, no, sa MS Teams natin. Gaya nga ng sinabi kanina ni Sir Michael, ang Excel at ang Word, no, and even PowerPoint, kaya mo siyang buksan sa loob, no, ng MS Teams para din mas mabilis, no, yung collaboration nila, yung pag-communicate nila. Hindi kailangan na pwede sila mag-chat sa tabi, no, habang nakabukas din yon, pwede nilang gawin yon, no. And yung kay Sir Michael naman, na yung Outlook natin, especially the calendar, kasi ang MS Teams may calendar din, di ba, from what I showed last week, connected din siya. So every time magsischedule ka ng meeting sa MS Teams, if you are in that team, automatic papasok siya sa Outlook mo. Yun pinag-usapan namin ni Miss Lena kasi admittedly kami hindi namin masyadong ginagamit si Outlook kasi maingay siya. Madami siyang notification kapag may 5 minutes before the meeting. 3 minutes, may ganun siya, may notification siya na magmi-meeting ka na. So, minsan, sinasarado namin siya. Meron ganun. Pero nung ang dami pa pala, kumbaga, it's also eye-opening for me na ang dami mo pa palang pwede magawa sa Outlook, no, and sa calendar as well. Mga latest updates nga ngayon, no, even the assignment of the students, no, mapapasok na sa calendar. Before, hindi eh. So ngayon, kumbaga mas nababawasan na ng reason yung bata para masabing hindi niya nakita na may assignment siya. 'Di ba? Kasi kung nasa calendar na siya, nasa Outlook mo na, nasa MS Teams mo na, kung saan na siyang lupalop nakalagay diyan, 'di ba? At least more chances of winning, 'di ba? Kumbaga, parang ganun yung effect niya, no. So, yan these three, no, yun naman ang makakatuwa din talaga sa Office, the 365. Talagang tinitignan niya na dapat sila, connected din talaga sila, no? And yung mga next pa natin na mga magiging sessions, ayan, so madami pa silang aabangan, mas makikita pa natin lalo kung paano nagko-connect. Ayan. So, yeah, that's for me. Hopefully, no, it was very enlightening as well, no, for sa lahat ng mga viewers natin, no. Marami na yata ako napapalipan. May mga comment dito. May mga nagko-comment kanina na wala din naman si Sir Franco, no? May ganun din na humihirit eh. Ayan, pero thank you ulit, no, dahil nga at least nakikita nila, no, na yun nga, na meron din namang what Microsoft can also offer. Ayan.
Ayan, Sir Jambi, Sir Jello, no? So, dahil
Grabe
sobrang
kayo, Sir
ayaw
Franco.
ulit, ano yun? Naglalag
Grabe
na
kayo,
naman.
Sir Franco. Loyal ako dun.
Nakakaloka. Baka bawiin, uy. Yung merienda natin. Okay. So, syempre, loyal tayo sa pinanggalingan natin, di ba? Pero yun nga, gaya ng parating sinasabi ni Sir Franco, no? Aral lang ng aral, tapos ikaw pa rin yung mamimili kung ano talaga yung mas makakatulong sa'yo. Kung Google yon, go ahead. Kung Microsoft yon, go ahead din, no? Hindi naman kayo papagalitan ni Sir Franco.
Or pwedeng both. Diba? Pwede naman both.
Yes. I think uso na ngayon yung hybrid di ba? Sa lahat ng bagay, hina-hybrid na no? So, yan. So, Sir Jambi and Sir Jello, no? Of course, we have valuable time was spent to us by our speakers, no? So,
Because of that.
Yes. Oo, because of that. Sir Jello, please do the honors. Baka maging ng internet ko kasi. Pasaway.
Ayan. Certificate of Appreciation. The Certificate of Appreciation is respectfully awarded to Miss Jubel Ann V. Cordero for sharing her knowledge and expertise in the recently concluded webinar entitled Maximizing Productivity, awarded on June 19, 2021. Signed by your administrator po, si Sir Joseph Angelo Santos, Miss Paula May Mendoza, yours truly, Mr. Angelo Malyari, and of course, Mr. Franco Nicolo Adun. The same certificate is also given to Sir Michael A. Montuya for sharing his valuable knowledge and expertise, and to Ma'am Leyna Santos. So congratulations po. I think our Kaagapay have really ang dami na nilang nakuha, na-gather, and it's really very fruitful after. So congratulations po, and thank you for your time and expertise.
Yes, maraming salamat po. And who knows, di ba? Baka hindi naman to necessarily the first and last time na makakasama natin si Miss Jubel, si Sir Michael, saka si Miss Leyna. Tignan natin, why not? Di ba? Bahala na si dyan. Bahala na si Miss Jing.
Yes.
Pero thank you very much po. We look forward to having you again in our future webinars, or at least do join us po in other webinars, Microsoft, Google, and all the other topics that we cover, and please do invite your friends as well. Maraming salamat po.
Ayan. Thank you, Miss Job, Sir Michael, and Miss Leyna. Thank you so much. Okay. So, Miss Jinky, ikaw ay merong news sa atin, May news sa atin. So, bago po natin ilabas ang ating usual evaluation tool, may may additional pang ibibigay sa atin si Miss Jinky, no? So, punong-punong tayo talaga ngayon. Ha?
Talagang dahil jinky lang sa kalam.
Ayun. Ayan.
Tama ba yan? Tama ba yan?
Yes, yes.
Ayan, tama. Oo. So, last week, no, since we had just one topic, no, so we have one achievement code, no, for MS Team. So, for this one, for our teachers na merong mga Microsoft Education account, no, so you will be able to get, no, 3 achievement codes. So, we have here 3 achievement codes, 1 per topic. No, I think enough naman talaga, no. Ang dami din natin natutunan kada topic natin, no. So we have for the Outlook, for the Excel, and for the Word. So kailangan lang nilang pumasok ulit, no, sa https yung education.microsoft.com/en-us. So papasok sila doon, and then open their profile, tapos redeem achievement code. So for this one, no, we only have, I think, 200, no, achievement codes per session, no. So kumbaga paunahan na lang din, no, baka mamaya maubusan kayo. Sayang naman kapag hindi kayo nakapag claim ng inyong achievement code. So you just have to do that, and then these 3 webinars, no, will be part of your transcript sa ating Microsoft Education Center. So ilalagay na lang din siguro natin ito, no, yung mga achievement codes na ito. Papalagay ko na lang kay Franco, inutusan nila. Papalagay ko na lang sa kanya sa kung saan niya kailangan yan ilagay para din kahit yung mga team replay, 'di ba? After nilang panoorin lahat, no, then they will still be able to get these achievement codes. Ayan. So gaya last time, kumbaga yun nga, 'di ba? Meron na silang certificate from Kaagapay, and then meron pa silang transcript, no, webinars that will be encoded in their transcript sa Microsoft Education Center. Ayun.
Paturo ako nito mamaya. I will encode
Sige.
this.
Yes, true. Actually, yan. So habang kinokopya ng iba at kung kaya ni Sir Jambi na malagay din tong mga achievement code na to sa chat box. Kung kaya mo lang naman,
Okay.
Sir Jambi.
Teka lang.
Sige lang. Okay. We also do invite you to look at the training center in Microsoft. Especially if you are actually in any spectrum ng pagtuturo. Magsisimula magturo, newbie na nagtuturo, nag-aaral pa lang paano magturo. You look at the center, and you will see there, while it gives you a lot of information about the different tools, different educational theories and practical applications, makikita nyo rin dun. So, para ka nagre-refresher course. So, kung ikaw ay kumuha ng licensure examination, matutuwa ka dito kasi para kang nagte-test, nare-refresh mo yung memory mo. Ay, ganun pala yun. Ang ganda pala niya. So, we really do encourage you, no? Ako sa sandali lang na pumunta doon, wow, meron palang ganun. So, yeah, I discover the world of Microsoft through this, no? The Microsoft Education Training Center as well. Ayan. Okay. Okay. All right.
Tama ba? Tama ba yung pinaglalagay ko?
Oo,
Tama
tama naman.
Tama.
Pati nyo na lang, ha? Yan. All right. So, and then, sige, Sir Jello, ito na ata yung pinakahihintay ng ating mga kaagapay na 3 hours again this Saturday. Ayan. Ayan, Sir Jello and Sir Jambi. Galing ni Sir Jambi.
Yan ba?
Ayun.
O, diba?
Yes. Okay. Na-check na ba ito? Baka mamaganda tayo. Yan.
No,
Pero ito na po ang evaluation. Yan po ang ating evaluation link for this ating webinar po, Maximizing Productivity. So, make sure lang po na tama po ang mga details na nilagay po natin para po hindi mawala ang inyong mga certificates. So, ayan po, chine-check na po, binavalidate na po ng ating mga DTI representatives. Okay na daw po. Okay.
Okay. Buti na lang. Kasi hindi po natin mapapapalitan yan. Matapos na.
'Di ba? Siya talaga yung back end nito eh, no?
Oo.
Yan. No? Ayan, all right. So, yan. So what can you say about our session today? Sir Jambi, ikaw.
Ako yun nga, tulad nung in-anticipate ko naman na at the beginning of our session, ah ito lalo na yung Excel at saka yung Word, ito yung mga bagay na supposedly alam ko na, yeah, mga inaral ko sa school for a whole school year. As in isang buong school year Word, isang buong school year Excel. Pero yun nga, would you imagine meron ka pa ring matututunan palagi. So nakakabilib lang, nakakatuwa lang, and ako it's not to put down whatever I learned from Google, pero talagang siya it's to complement. It's to complement kung ano man yung alam ko sa Google. So ngayon mas excited pa ako, mas confident pa ako na whatever happens, 'di ba? Kung biglang dumating ka sa isang class at hindi sila Google ready, ayan, you're also Microsoft ready. Pag di naman sila Microsoft ready, you're Google ready. So, yun naman din siguro yung isa sa gusto nating ma-achieve sa mga teachers natin. Yes.
Correct.
Sir
So,
Jello? Yeah.
ako rin. Actually, yun nga we have parang matagal na natin itong ginagamit, pero there's always something to learn. Parang ganun. It's not something stagnant. It's not something static. Na talaga tuloy-tuloy pa rin siyang nag-i-improve. So, this is a great time for us teachers to really maximize the tools that we have, learn more about it, and use what we really need para mas mapabuti pa ng ating pagtuturo. And ang pinakamaganda doon, seamless. So, I think both Google and Microsoft is doing that. Seamless na nung integration ng bawat. So napakadami na nating tools na natututunan. We just have to use it properly and use it wisely para mas maging effective tayo as teachers. Yun.
Bumabawi tayo Sir Jairo.
Siyempre. Hello,
Si Teacher
Franco.
bawi din.
Babawi ba? Hindi. Ako sa akin sobrang panalo ng teachers dito. Kabila na yung free offering 'di ba? Kasi it's you get the best of both worlds, kumbaga, ganyan. All you have to do is to really look into it, no? Malay mo nga, ayun na pala ang hinahanap mo. 'Di ba? So, hanap-hanap
Google
ka.
no?
'Di ba? Oo, ganun 'yun. Yan. Teacher Jinky, ikaw anong masasabi mo ngayon?
Ako masaya lang din talaga ako, no? Kasi syempre ilang buwan na rin yung actually naka 1 year na nga, 'di ba, yung Kaagapay. And kumbaga now na ano na din, open na din na to really show more, 'di ba? Alam ko madami na rin kayo napapakita, no, previously, no, pero yung pinaka talaga yung katapat na katapat kasi din ng Google, yun yung medyo hindi din talaga nabibigyan ng kumbaga ng space dito. Yan siguro iniilagan lang din ni Franco pero naubusan na siya ng so para bang it's really time din, no, kasi makikinabang din naman talaga yung mga dear teachers natin para at least, 'di ba, lalo na not everybody is as lucky as our DepEd teachers who have both accounts, 'di ba? Kunyari gaya ako personally, 'di ba? Kaya din talaga ako na sa Microsoft side is because we don't have the Google Workspace in our school, 'di ba? So and vice versa, may mga ganun din talaga na nasa one side lang. At least they are now able to see, no? And I think it brings more, no, to the table for our teachers as options to choose from.
Ayan, so alam kong hindi ako gumagalaw.
Ayan. Comment, sana po may version din ng MS Publisher sa Google. Correct. Yan din yung inatay ko. Kasi heavy MS Publisher user. Tapos hindi ko mahanap yung counterpart niya sa Google. Pero malay mo, hindi lang natin alam. Diba?
Yes.
I-roll out na daw yan, sabi ni Franco. Talaga. Uy, teka lang. Wait. Para makabawi naman tayo ng bonggang-bongga. Yan, saglit lang po. Meron
Ay,
po tayo i-share sa ating mga kaagapay.
yes, definitely.
Malamang nakita niyo na po yan. Pinost na po
Yes.
ni Sir Franco kanina. Tama ba? Tama yung info ko. First ever in the
Yes.
Philippines. Correct?
Number
First ever
one.
in the Philippines. Google for Education Certified Coach. None other than our very own Sir Franco Nicolo Adun. Ayan, congratulations. Ayan, pang early Father's Day gift.
Oo. So, syempre, pinabati natin lahat ng ating mga fathers, no? Ay, buti Miss Jinky nandito ka kasi lahat ng kasama ko dito ay tatay. Oo, happy Father's Day sa inyong
Father's
lahat.
Day.
Yes, oo. Mabalik tayo kay Sir Franco, no? Si Sir Franco hindi lang pala nagtuturo ng history. He's making history.
Yeah.
Bawi na.
Bawi.
Bawi ka na, bawi ka.
Bawi na.
Ano daw yung GCash number mo?
Oo.
Bawing-bawi na ba ako? Ayan, oo. Napakahusay nga naman. Lodi talaga yan eh. Ayan. So, sana po.
Wait, congratulations, Teacher Pao, dahil nakapag first dose ka na ng iyong vaccine kahapon.
Yes, yesterday.
Very, very excited. And advance congratulations kay Sir Franco at kay Miss Jinky na naka-receive na ng text message. Scheduled tomorrow. Sana maka-receive din ako.
Magde-date kami sa vaccination center.
Ay, nice. Nice yan.
Sana
Ayan. Oo. Ayan. So, next week, nandyan mo yung ating poster para sa abangan natin next week. Asan mo yung aabangan natin next week?
Ay, yun, wala ako nun. Wala siya doon sa binigay sa akin.
Eka, hanapin natin.
Basta, Microsoft yun. Sigurado ako. Yan. Yan.
Next week will be a jam-pack kasi it will be on Thursday and Friday.
Yes,
tama ba?
Pala.
Hindi ako nagkakamali. Ayan. So, dalawang
to make up for the June 12.
Yes.
Yan. So, keep posted sa ating website para makita po natin kung ano po ang mga susunod na i-discuss natin. Ayan. So, yan. Kasi palabas na yung mga poster. Ayan. Dahil dyan, alam ko na kung anong susunod. Alam ko na. On June 24, nahanap ko na sa notes natin. Meron na ako dito. OneDrive, SharePoint, and Forms. Yan, powerhouse yan. So, siguraduhin nyo lang po na na may dinner kayo ng that time, no?
Dahil Thursday ito, it starts at 5, no?
5 to 7:30. So, OneDrive, SharePoint, and Forms.
Wait. Ito ata yan.
Yan. OneDrive, SharePoint, and Forms.
Yan. Tapos sa June 26
I don't even know what those are. Ano ba yung mga yun?
Ito yung sinasabi ko, no, yung SharePoint and OneDrive, sila talaga yung, kumbaga, sila yung gumagawa ng seamless na connection, no, nung mga different na natin. Nabanggit na yan palagi kanina, no, yung OneDrive, mag-send ka ilagay mo lang yung link sa OneDrive, gano'n. No? So, yan, yung SharePoint, yung OneDrive. And of course, Forms is the counterpart, no, of the Google Forms. So, that's on Thursday. Mali yung time na nandito, no? 5 yata dapat.
5 o'clock.
Yeah.
5 yata. Thursday. And then the June 26, no, will be PowerPoint, OneNote, whiteboard, and then meron pa tong kasama na Sway. Ayan.
Wow, bonus.
Oo, 'di ba? Yung dapat meron yung walang katapat yung Google para ano,
Oo. Iba yun. Wala akong
oo,
masabi.
maganda yun 'no. So, next week sana abangan din talaga ng mga teachers natin na, yung dalawang sessions na 'to kasi talagang it will be again something very informative and something na talagang, madami talaga silang magagamit at mapapakinabangan.
Yan.
At
Ayan.
tama ba, Teacher Pau, bawi naman tayo konti.
Mhm.
Ah, Monday ang start ng batch 12. Confirm po ba
Yes.
'yun?
Yes,
Ayan.
yes. And, no, sa mga naka-receive po pala, it's happening on July, no? July talaga siya, hindi po siya June, no? So, sa mga naka-receive po ng
Ah,
confirmation emails, the dates are, should be July. So, Sir
July.
Franco will see you. Yan, July po yan.
Okey-doke.
Alright. Ayan. Sige. So, I think, yeah. Alam ko pagod na kayong lahat, no? Kung saan kayo napadpad, ano? Pati tayo. Ibang klase na itawid tong araw na to. Iba-ibang sulok yung pinanggalingan. Yan. So, thank you so much. It has been a pleasure, no? Na itawid natin, no? Habang nagpapahinga si Sir Franco. Ayan. Okay, all right. Sige, so thank you Sir Jambi, Sir Jello, and Teacher Jinky, and to all our Kaagapays. Special shout out to dads out there. Happy Father's Day to you. Enjoy
Salamat
the rest
po.
of the weekend. Yeah. Thank you.